Yo. All right, guys, go easy on me today with my internet connection. It's absolutely horrific. I start my live, 13 in the stream, 2 likes, Super Bowl on the 13th of February, 13-2. Question today is, have pro sports always been so corrupt and rigged? Or are we just getting better at seeing through the bullshit? Somebody said it's a combination of both, which I agree with. I agree with that. What I will say, though, is why are more people becoming aware? Is it because it's becoming more blatantly corrupt? Is it what I said? We've entered a new age, the age of Aquarius, the age of truth, the age of things being revealed. So we're seeing it now. Is it they're trying to make these sports ultra entertaining and dramatic to distract us from the truth? And they've just gone too far with it? Or has it always happened? I'm thinking back now. I'm looking back at some sports and some games. I'm like, oh my God, how did I not question how rigged those outcomes were? Whether it's Brady's career or Man United's treble winning season or the Arsenal Invincibles, Miami Dolphins undefeated season. Never questioned it, did we? But now we all are. Okay. Somebody asked me about Nadal. Why did Nadal win the Australian Open? So I had Barty to win it at the beginning with the women. In regards to Nadal, I'll tell you why Nadal won. Number 13's been the hugest number the past 2 months, biggest number. And Medvedev, he stayed on 13 championships. And what makes it hilarious, guys, is Nadal got his 21st. So Nadal is now officially the most successful tennis player in men's history. And when you use gematria, so you've got Medvedev, 13 championships. You've got Nadal, 21. When you type in 1,321 into the properties, when you understand your prime numbers, that's the 216th prime, which I always talk about. 1321 is the 216th prime, and 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. That's why Nadal won. And that's why he kept Medvedev on 13 titles. So I hope that helped you to clear up why Nadal won. Between them, they have 61 championships now, don't they? The 18th prime, like IHS. Nadal has 21. Djokovic has 20. Federer has 20. I don't think Federer is going to come off 20, to be honest. I think he stays on that. Okay. How a man could win with 6 months no play just because Illuminati Bloodlines. Yeah, exactly, mate. The number, there's 13 Illuminati Bloodlines. That's why the 13's so big. There's Revelation 13:18. It's an absolute joke. It's why coronavirus was declared to be a global pandemic on the 13th day. No, not the 13th day. It was the 11th day, wasn't it? But there's so many things with 13. They say 13 is an unlucky number. Maybe. Depends where you are in the world. The Bengals, I like the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. I do, for multiple reasons. I don't think they're going to let a host team win back-to-back at Super Bowls. I can't see that happening. Plus, there's so many things with the Tiger riddle. There's so many things with the between the quarterbacks' draft dates, which is insane that I've got on my Patreon. It's just a joke. Like, why would they put the Bengals in the Super Bowl to have them lose? Do you know what I mean? Pretty mediocre team, to be honest. And the Bengals finished 10-7 in the regular season, and the Super Bowl's 107 weeks exact after Kobe died. You got Tiger Woods had the crash in Los Angeles. The crash, he never had it. I did a video about it. It's funny how you didn't see Tiger in the car. You just saw a car, and then they told you Tiger Woods was in it. Okay, it must be true then. It must be true. It's like the stuff with Mason Greenwood. There's no image of him doing what he supposedly did to his girlfriend. It's just audio. He's going to be let off. There's not sufficient evidence to send somebody down for audio. Mason Greenwood's lawyers could just say it wasn't him. It was somebody replicating his voice. It's so pathetic. Mason Greenwood, the whole thing was a ritual, and they do it all the time. And back in the day, people wasn't aware. But they're still not aware. Billions of people are still saying, Mason Greenwood should never play the game again. This is more than football, what Mason did. And then in a few weeks or maybe months, he's going to be back playing at the highest level again. So, yeah, we have been deceived and bullshit for so long, and it's people like me who are doing the very best to wake people up. Still get people in the comments saying, what are you talking about? Take your meds. You're losing your mind. You're an attention seeker. Still getting that at this point after the work that I've done. So what I say to them, I say, listen, watch 10 of my videos and see if you're going to leave those comments. There's no chance. Hey, Diego. Hey, Chigozi. How are we doing? Hey, Happy Face Man. It's the same people that tune in. Much love and much respect for you. Jeremiah, great guy. Boop Skaba. What a great name that is, mate. I think it's the pole shift. Very possibly. Never thought about that. They just want chaos, more people unsure. I get that. That's the motto, order out of chaos. But they're just making it so clear now. I've told you there's a part of me saying, do they want us to wake up? Do they want us to wake up? Because they're making it so painfully obvious. And again, the few people that are saying, you must be a Mason because you know so much. It's just nonsense. No, it isn't. There's plenty of other people in this chat that are aware of this knowledge that can see through it. It's just I have the gift of presenting it. So, yeah, you don't have to be an insider to see symbolism, to see blatant bullshit, to see... Check this out. I just did a post on my Patreon. Check this out and you can check it out for yourself. You got Super Bowl 56, okay? 56, a huge number with the Society of Jesus. Undeniably, when you learn gematria, okay? 5 of the last 6 NFL games have been won by 3 points. 5 out of 6. The only game that didn't was the Chiefs games against the Bills, which they won by 6. But they've all been by 3 points. 5 out of 6, 3 points. Super Bowl 56. Learn how to use the Gematrinator. Type in 3. T-H-R-E-E. It gets you 56. This is what they do. This is why this knowledge is sacred. It's why this knowledge is sacred. My mate, Jay Saul, a legend of mine, I told him before the game began that the 49ers would be leading the half 10-7 before the game began. 10-7. Because Kobe died 107 weeks before the Super Bowl, and the 49ers finished the regular season 10-7. I said it's going to be 10-7 at the half. What odds could he have gotten that? I don't know. But again, I'm more bothered about revealing this deception. Hey, Adam, what did you make of Nadal's comeback? Super rigged, I told you. Nadal got his 21st title. Medvedev stayed on 13-21 is a 216th prime. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Yeah, it's to screw with people. It's to screw with bettors. A lot of people probably got on Medvedev. The odds suggest Medvedev, didn't he? He was minus 200. They just screw you. I'm starting to realize the odds actually don't mean a lot anymore. They don't mean a lot. They trick you. They manipulate the lines. The amount of times I used to have the most incredible code and be like, oh my God, they've gone from plus 120 to plus 180. They've got to lose. It's telling me they're losing. And then they would win. Yesterday, I had the Nuggets to beat the Bucks. Didn't post the code on my Patreon. I apologize to all my patrons because I got put off by the odds. They were plus 240 to beat the Bucks. And they won by 36 points. 666 to 36 try. The Nuggets beat the Bucks, the reigning champions, guys, by 36 points away. And they were plus 240. And I stopped myself from posting it because of the odds. So I'm disappointed in myself for that. But it does show me that the odds are just to screw with bettors. Distraction from the crazy economy, yes. They want a one world currency, which I said about a year and a half ago. They want a one world currency. And they want it all to be online so they know exactly what you're buying, where you're buying it from, who you're buying it from. And I think it'll be like the social credit system in China, where if you don't do exactly as the government tell you, aka Big Brother, like in Orwell's book, they take money from you or they'll block your account. That's what they're going to do if we let them do it. Money's a control tool that they created. That's why on the dollar bill, it's got the pyramid with the all-seeing eye on it. The dollar, I know where I live in Mexico, if the dollar crashes, I'm screwed because the peso is dependent on the dollar pretty much. And these people know that. They've set up the system in a way that if the dollar crashes, a lot of Western civilization is going to be screwed financially. And then when you're screwed financially, become more dependent on the system, and it's the system's a beast system. So then the beast system just grows. The more people become dependent on it. That's the sad reality. I mention it in my book, which I still need to freaking finish, even though I'm about 95% done. Okay, shifting consciousness. I love that by Happy Face Man. I do believe that because mine's been organic. I didn't see through the bullshit of sports, the mainstream media. I idolized these celebrities. I didn't really truly believe in evil and Satanism and angels and demons and any of that until I had an awakening, which was organic. So thank you, Happy Face Man. I think there's definitely an element of there's been a drastic shift in consciousness. Not everybody, there's still a lot of people fast asleep, as we call it, and they may never wake up. But maybe they will. Maybe my channel is going to help. Somebody on one of my patrons who I have tons of respect for is absolutely incredibly intelligent. He does some of the best codes I've ever seen. I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is if he's watching. He basically implied that YouTube don't care about somebody like me. I'm not going to make really an impact. I'm fully aware I don't have much of a following, but I've had 5 people tell me I've saved their lives through my knowledge. 5 people. And that means more to me than anything ever in my life. So yes, will I have a huge impact and change the world and millions of people are going to wake up because of my channel? Absolutely not. Will I wake up a couple of hundred people who were fast asleep? Yes, I will. And I am. One of my recent NFL videos got over 5,000 views. I couldn't believe it. I noticed it the other day. I was like, why have I got all these comments on this video? A lot of people must be watching it. And I was like, what? 5,000 people have watched it? Finally, a little bit of traction. Finally, and I was reading the comments, and the majority were like, this is rigged. It's so rigged. Mahomes through the game. Brady's career is scripted. Bengals should not have got there. Blah, blah. They're all saying it. I'm like, yes. This time last year, if I did a video like that, I would have got 200 views. Now I'm getting 5,000. Perseverance, man. Perseverance. Hey, Adam, what did you make of Nadal's comeback so rigged? Okay, yeah, the 3-2-2. The 21-20-20, that's the 61. What else we got? Adam, I'm Christian. Are you Christian too? Well, I was baptized as a kid where I didn't have a choice. My middle school was it wasn't a Catholic school. It was Church of England school, but it wasn't religious in any capacity. I think that was just a title. Am I a Christian? Technically, yes. Do I think religion's a trap? Yes. Do I believe in a creator? Yes. Do I believe in angels and demons? Yes. Do I believe in everything within the Bible? No, I think it's been infiltrated by the Freemasons. I think the Holy Book was truly holy, and it's been infiltrated by these people who've infiltrated everything within our society. And I'm trying to bring them down. And that includes professional sports. Seems to be the best way to get through to people. People are so attached. Yeah, good. He won his 21st on a Sunday, but in reality, Nayan, sorry if I can't pronounce your name right. There's a reason why pretty much every major final's on a Sunday, because it's the Jesuit day. They pretty much have every major final on a Sunday. And people go, oh, well, it's the last day of the week. That's why it makes sense. No, it's pretty much because they're telling you we own these sports. So what else we got? A lot of comments, man. This is the thing with this. More comments now. It's good. They're using these sports to distract people from waking up fully during this pole energy shift. Yes, I agree. This is a time where people are naturally waking up. I even see it in every... Beautiful. Thank you. I don't want this to be just about sports. That's why I did my decode about like George Orwell and angels and demons and not just sports. I'm doing a variety of content now to help wake people up. But I do believe if the majority of the world see that sports are rigged, they will start truly accepting that politics are rigged. And they will start accepting that Hollywood is satanic. Because it's all synced up, which I've said for a year and a half of doing this work. Everything's synced up. And that's why people can't comprehend Kobe's connected to the Super Bowl when he is. His numbers are. If you follow my Patreon, you see that every day, the work that I publish. You only see a glimpse of it on YouTube. Hey, Matt, how you doing? I'm good, Liam, but I'm a bit disappointed because I just went shopping and I didn't have any water, so I had to buy a couple of big bottles of water, and now the water's warm, so I'm waiting for it to get a bit cooler because I don't have any ice. So my throat really may go during this live today because I usually have my water next to me, but I don't. Nadal is just good. Nadal is talented. There's no denying Nadal's talent, but it's rigged. Okay, if he's destined to win that trophy or championship, he was going to win it. Simple as that. Okay, there's a lot of talented athletes and there's a lot of mediocre athletes who win championships because they had the code to win it. It says in the Bible, nothing shall remain hidden. Beautiful. Happy Face Man's on fire today. You've got to realize that the Freemasons reveal the truth in plain sight. It's part of the mockery. Like Stafford's interview at the end, he said, you couldn't have written a better script for us. That's what he said, Stafford, the quarterback for the Rams. You couldn't have written a better script for us. Like, how much more blatant do you want to be? And he's smiling when he's doing it. And also these people, guys, like Stafford, like Nadal, like Ronaldo, like Mason Greenwood, they don't care about trophies because they know it's bullshit. They know it's all rigged. They don't care about lifting a trophy. They might pretend that they do. They don't care. They're lifting up a trophy that's meaningless, that they haven't really truly deserved. It's not like us when we win something and it's organic and you're connected to it and you've put your ass, not your ass, you worked your ass off to win it and it's organic. At that level, they don't care. When they win an Oscar, it's all satanic. It's not about their acting skills. That's why there's been so many shit movies that have won Oscars. Or why DiCaprio, who arguably, in my opinion, has been the best actor over the last 15 years, in my opinion, took him so long to win an Oscar. There'll be some numbers behind why he didn't. And now he gets his Oscar and then suddenly he's pushing climate change. He's the face of climate change with, how dare you, after he wins an Oscar. Come on. I was in your dream, Misha, in a non-creepy way. I'm very intrigued. Very intrigued. Like, what was I doing in your dream? Was I speaking truth? Was I getting murdered by the Masons? Was I throwing a match-winning touchdown? Look, guys, they could put me in the Super Bowl on Sunday and I could throw like 5 touchdowns if they wanted me to. Or just give me the ball. I'm super fast. I'm crazy fast. Give me the ball and just let me run it as a quarterback. I'll do the quarterback sneak where they're allowed to just sneak over the line. And it's a first down. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. And what about the coaches with the headpieces in, the earpieces, and the quarterbacks with the earpieces? Who do you think's talking to them? The people who are really running the show, the production. The Vince McMahons of the NFL in their ear. This is what's going to happen. You're going to do this. Some of the drop catches as well, guys. I was speaking to a mate. I was like, there was one where the guy was in the end zone. I would have caught it with one hand. I would have caught it with one hand, probably 9 times out of 10 with one hand. And he dropped it. And his job's to catch a ball. And he dropped it with 2 hands with no pressure. He said, well, I think these players are under control, like MK Ultra or like a video game. They're under control. They're not in control of their bodies. There's a real possibility of that, guys. Because what gets me, yes, I know it's rigged and corrupt and all of that, undoubtedly. It's the time in which they do things. It's the time in which they do things, guys. Like, for example, the Rams, the first touchdown for the Rams was with 8:46 on the clock. 9/11, guys, occurred at 8:46 a.m. And the Rams, guys, if they lose the Super Bowl, they're going to drop to 15-6. And 9/11 is the 156th prime. I would not be shocked if the Bengals beat the Rams, guys. So how the hell did they plan to get the touchdown with 8:46 on the clock? 8:46 as well was originally the time that Chauvin knelt on Floyd. It was 8:46, and people like me connected it and said, wait, that's connected to 9/11. So they changed it. They changed the time. If you research it, it was 8:46 that Chauvin knelt on Floyd, and then they changed it. Because well, not me, it was other people probably as well. Well, like 8:46, that's what time 9/11 occurred. Really? They changed it. They lie. They lie about people's date of birth. They lie about their death dates. These celebrities, it's not their real names that they're giving you. I did a video recently about a fan dying of a cardiac arrest. I don't think he ever existed, judging by the numbers. Perfect match with the word revelation. Paul Parrish. My work has got to a different level now. It has, without being arrogant, it has. In regards to sports, I'll tell you, it's going to be hit and miss. Towards the last 2.5 weeks, I've been great. But again, I had another amazing conversation with a guy. I was like, should I keep gambling? Because my life's so good. I'm financially stable. Do I need this money? Because it just zaps my energy, guys. It zaps it. Like, I have a phenomenal code today for a team to win at plus 230. Phenomenal code. And I'm like, I've got to take this. So maybe I'll take it, but just go small and wait, pays for my lunch or something instead of trying to win $1,000 or whatever that I used to do. Let me keep reading this. Anyway, Misha, I want to know why I was in your dream, to be honest with you. I'm good, Manny. I'm good, Manny. Cheers. I hope you're well too. I've watched 2 of your videos and there's too much evidence, and anyone who says you're a liar needs to consider seeking it. I think so. They always tell me I need to take my meds. And I'm like, for what? Like, it's not like a lot of people say what they believe without backing it up. I feel like I'm one of the best at backing up what I say. I rarely back it up. And if you're so good, why don't you make predictions before they happen? I do every day. But I don't present it in every video. And the videos that I present on YouTube are the posts that I've done in the previous day or days where I have said this is going to happen, and it happens. Sometimes I'm wrong. I think anyone who's pretty smart is aware that you're not going to nail this every single week, every single day, every single game. You're not. We'd never have to work. It'd be too easy. It'd be too easy. They'd just stop gambling if people like me were getting it every single day. And I had a guy who was winning so much money, guys. This is how sick these people are, because the Masons own all the betting apps. They shut his account down because he kept winning. His account got shut down for suspicious activity because he kept winning. Really? They don't shut your freaking account down when you keep losing, though, do they? But when you keep winning, they'll shut you down for suspicious activity because you call in too many games, right? These people are sick and they piss me off, and I won't stop. I won't stop at all. However tiring and exhausting it is, and lack of sleep and all the other stuff that I do, because I teach, I coach, I do Patreon, I do YouTube videos, I do all sorts of shit. I call people, and I won't stop because these people piss me off now with the mockery, and they have done for a long time. And I won't stop. I won't stop. Okay? Whether I impact 5 people, 5,000, 5 million, I won't stop at all. I've had enough of these people. Hey, Stephen Smith. If you are Mason, they won't let you expose. They definitely will kill you. I don't know if this controlled opposition, whether, like, David Icke is a Mason, blatantly. He was allowed to speak truth, but he lies. How it works with secret societies, guys, is they have to reveal truth because they believe it prevents them from karma, and it believes that their actions are universally accepted. Somebody like me, unfortunately, has no platform. If I do get a serious platform where I'm talking 15, 20, 30,000 subs, I would probably stop watching my work because I would say it's probably controlled. Will I ever get over 3,000 is my question. Will I ever get to 5? I doubt it. I think my channel will be taken down by then. So yeah, Masons do tell you the truth, but they lie to you as well. I don't lie to you guys. I speak from the heart. I back it up. I'm a one-man band. I don't have a beautiful platform. I've got a little white background I always talk to you about because this is the best internet connection in my apartment. I've not been interviewed by the mainstream or the BBC. I'm not making a shitload of money like a couple of Patreons who do half-assed decodes and somehow are making 100 grand a year, which is pretty sickening in itself. So for me, I am a legit guy. And if you ever meet me, there's a few patrons who've met me and they know that. They know how organic I am. They know how real I am. And for those who truly know me back home, they're still in shock that I present this work. They never thought I would do anything like this because I was an avid sports fan. I was a laid-back, easygoing guy. And now I've got all this fire in my belly to expose this deception because I have been chosen. I have, whether you like it or not, I've been chosen to do this. So it's part of my script. It's part of my path. I didn't go out of my way to do this and want to set up a reasonably successful YouTube channel. And Patreon's been a blessing to me because if I didn't have Patreon, I'd probably still have to work in a school, indoctrinating kids, even though I love all my students to bits. I loved the school. I loved everything about the school other than I wasn't going to wear a mask and I didn't want to teach the content I had to teach. But I still miss those kids, man, more than they realize. They want us to wake up, of course. that way we tear down the system and they can then play savior and implement. That's brilliant. That's a great call, RJ. That they make the system so corrupt and so obviously corrupt that we're all ready for a new system, and then in comes the New World Order. Agenda 21, Agenda 30. Sustainable energy, more rules, more regulation, more control for them, all in the name of saving humanity. From what? From what? The weather changing? When they're screwing and putting shit in the air, which is making me sick, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that's what is screwing my throat up. Never used to have any issues with my throat. And I don't have the you-know-what, which is a load of bullshit, and it has been from the beginning, which I called out from the beginning. And I can't say exactly how I feel about it because YouTube don't allow it. And in reality, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want on this platform. Okay? I should be able to express myself. And if people like it, great. And if they don't, I don't give a shit. I should be allowed to say how I feel about it. Okay? The reason why most people don't speak their mind is because you can't. You get judged. You get judged for it. Your work gets taken down. You get ridiculed. You called conspiracy theories still, despite all this growing evidence that what I've been saying for a year and a half is pretty much legit now. Because I've called about a million things months before they happened. But still, people believe the mainstream over somebody like me. Because I don't have a major platform. So I don't have 500,000 subs. But they'll believe a Russell Brand guy who's an invert, who's a prick, who needs headbutting, who dated a Hollywood superstar in Katy Perry, who's got a 33 tattoo here, who did a 33 comedy tour recently, tour 33, charging £33 a ticket. But people idolize, look, did you watch Russell Brand's new video? Oh, what? He's so inspiring. No, he isn't. He's a deceiver and he's controlled and he's paid to deceive the masses. That's why he was the host of Big Brother. Read Orwell's book. Big Brother is just mass surveillance. He was the host of Big Brother's little brother. Hi, I'm Russell Brand and I was born a woman and I've never had sex with a woman, but I pretend I do. I have sex with all these beautiful women. No, you don't, Russell. You have a vagina, mate. I don't care how nice your beard is. There's something called testosterone tablets. Okay, sorry about that, going wild about Russell Brand, but I detest that guy and I've never liked him. However intellectually smart he is and articulate he is. Evening, Unlick McGee. Some funny. Red Pill Monkey, amazing person. An amazing person, amazing Twitter. Check out his Twitter. I love this guy and I've never met him. I've just had one phone call with him. Once you truly wake up, you'll never see the world in the same way again. It's life-changing. Keep up the great work. Same to you, mate. And I do believe that once you do see it, you do see through the illusion. That's where my name came from, my book, The Illusion, writing about how society is an illusion. Once you see it, there's no turning back. Once you open up and you emotionally accept it and you don't let your ego take over, you can't look back. There's no turning back. I'll never turn back now and be like, you know what? Maybe sports are organic. Maybe the government does care about us. Maybe Hollywood stars are just talented at their trade. No, that was never going to happen because I'm too good at this. I've connected too many things over the last year and a half for what me to be saying to be bullshit, to be coincidental. Coincidences don't exist. Something I've learned on this journey, coincidences don't exist. The truth is hard to find because they make fiction truth and truth fiction. That's what they do. I've learned that there is a tiny amount of people in the world that are running the world. These 13 Illuminati bloodlines, they do, because the only things you need to control the world is control the money system, control the mainstream media, control education, pretty much, control the government. These 13 families control all of those things. You control all of those things, you control humanity. Yes or no? Yes. So yes, 1% or even less than 1%, it's probably 0.1%, has more wealth, power, and control than the rest of us. And that's the sad reality, because it's the beast system that they created, that we've just played along with. We've accepted social constructs. Which we should start questioning more. We really should. And we've been played, guys. We've been played our whole lives. And you can either decide now to stop being played, or you can continue to be manipulated. And the sad thing is, people would rather be manipulated than accept they've been manipulated. And how tragic is that? And that is the reality, and that is the ego. That is the ego. They'd rather be manipulated than accept they've been manipulated. I'm going to get a freaking t-shirt with that on. All right, what else we got? Did you watch Warriors versus Indies, Pat? No, mate. I'll only ever watch games that I've coded, and even then I've stopped doing it now. I don't want to do it. I can't. It's not worth it. I won a ton of money betting in play for 8 months, loads of money betting in play through seeing the riddles, calling what was going to happen. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it. If other people want to do that, great. I'll give you the numbers. And then if you want to watch it and spend your night watching it, that's fine as well. I did that for 6, 7, 8 months. Financially, it was freaking rewarding. Emotionally, mentally, it wasn't good for me. So yeah, there's a lot of people who say, if you work so good, then you should be rich. You should be gambling all the time. No, it's not how it works. And when you really learn that, you start appreciating the knowledge even more. So thank you to all the people out there who said, your Orwell video is the best you've ever done. The Magic one's the best one you ever did. And it had nothing to do with winning money. It was revealing deception. So thank you to the people who left those comments. And I'm going to try not to be harsh to those who try and embarrass me in the comments. I get where you're coming from. I don't appreciate your comment, but I get it. And again, there's 3 stages of truth. You ridicule it, you get angry, and then you accept it. And there's a lot of people in the comments who at the beginning ridicule me, they laugh at me, and then they'll eventually 2 months later be like, all right. No, then they'll start getting angry. You're a prick. What is this bullshit? You're constantly doing all this shit with these numbers that don't mean nothing. 2 months after that, hey, Illusion, I've just watched your videos now. I'm finally seeing it. I'm going to sign up to your Patreon. Boom. Patience is a virtue. Okay, so I won't be too harsh on the people who hammer me and say that I'm talking nonsense. Because when you're so confident in your own skin and you know how good you are, you don't get offended. If somebody wants to come up to me and tells me that I'm not a good footballer, I'll laugh in the face because I know how good I am. People only get offended, guys, when the truth hurts. When you say something to them that's so truthful, they can't handle it. So if people want to dismiss my work and say it's bullshit and I'm just throwing numbers together, I will laugh in your face because I know how freaking good I am. So keep with your hate. Do it. You're not going to grow by hating on people. You won't grow, to be honest. Adam, is sports being reconnected to the metaverse today? Well, very possible. They might want to make it so blatantly obvious that people get so fed up with sports that they just make it completely virtual. I've said there's very little difference now between these video games and an actual game when you watch it. Play FIFA and then watch a Premier League game. It's very similar, especially if you play it on a big screen. Screw the meta universe, screw it. Again, the Masons, the Jesuits, the Satanists, the Luciferians, whatever you want to call them, they hate anything that's organic. They hate everything that's organic. They infiltrate anything that's organic. Now they want to create a meta universe, which is not the organic universe. And there's plenty of people that'll be ready for the meta universe because they've made this universe so shit for so many people, unfortunately. So they're ready to go into a different universe and get a second chance in life. And that's really sad because this universe is freaking beautiful. It's an incredible world and there's so much beauty to it. And when you learn this knowledge, you start appreciating it even more and you don't get pissed off over the little things. You just have a newfound respect for so many things. I still get angry, guys, for sure, because it's one of the most important emotions, being angry. Just don't let it consume you. Money is technology given to the fallen angels. Makes sense. Money is energy as well. Money is energy. Money is energy. And this whole universe is all about energy. I've got a group of friends now. There's a girl that I really like called Nicoletta Spinelli. Check out her music. Nicoletta Spinelli. Her voice is the most magical voice ever. I went to watch her on Saturday. I met her friends who all have this same vibe. Talk about energy and frequency and vibration and love and just trying new things. So I was hanging out. I'm not a skateboarder. I went to watch her perform. It was amazing. And then I met her cousin, Kiera, and she's a skateboarder. She was super chilled. we had this connection within a minute of me talking to her. And then I went to watch her skateboarding. And then I spoke to these 4 guys. I got their phone numbers. Just speaking to people. Not enough people do that. They're so scared and intimidated of talking to somebody they've never met before. We're all, well, humans. I don't like that word, humans. We're all these spiritual beings looking for connection. Speak to people. Connect with people. So now I made like 7 friends through one concert by me being open and speaking to them, and they found me pretty interesting. And then I had the balls to say, hey, give me a number. Let's meet up. Tonight, I'm playing a football game at 9 o'clock. I said this in my last live stream. Tonight, I'm going to be playing football with Argentinians, Uruguayans, Senegalese guy, a Mexican guy, another English guy, an American, a Canadian. And I'm playing my first game for them tonight at 9 o'clock. It's a trek. It's like a 40-minute drive, but I'm going to make connections there, and I'm going to dominate the game. I know I'll kill the game. I'll let you know how it goes in the live. I wish somebody could video it so I could share me playing. But again, I don't need to show off to people. It's just I get a lot of people say that as well. You can't play football. You're Mr. Big Mouth who should have been a pro and he didn't. I can freaking play football better than most people I've ever met in my entire life, and I still can play better than most people, and I'm 35. 846 equals 80. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well done, Andy Pandy. Andy Pandy's really good. What do you make of Eriksen's back playing football after a cardiac arrest? Are you serious? Can I check this? The guy that said that he would never play again. The guy who never had a cardiac arrest. The guy who was born on Valentine's Day and he has issues with his heart, and Valentine's Day is all about hearts. Such bullshit. I called this. His middle name's Dane Man, and he's a Danish man. So he's gone to Brentford, who playing red and white, just like Denmark. Eriksen, who wears the number 10, he has a cardiac arrest when his team were down 1-0 against the shittest team in the tournament. It's an absolute disgrace. What do I think about Eriksen signing for Brentford? I could do a decode in 15 minutes and tell you why he's gone there. I'll do the date duration from his birthday, his upcoming birthday, and from his cardiac arrest that he supposedly had. And everybody's like, get well soon, Christian. Christian's never going to play again. The poor guy's career's gone. I was like, he's going to be back next season playing. Is he going to be back? Yes. Was I right again? Yes, I was. Because he never had a cardiac arrest. He never had one. He never freaking had one. Same with Aguero's chest pains, and he goes into retirement. Watch my videos about Aguero. Mr. This guy, when he scores, devil horns, tongue out, MK Ultra blonde hair that he got, which looked absolutely disgraceful. Aguero, who's connected with Messi and Maradona, they're all one big family, probably part of a Illuminati bloodline, is the reality. Zach's an agent. Yes, I think Zach Hubbard is an agent. A lot of people have said I left Zach's Patreon to sign up with you. Thank you. My Patreon's 10 times better than his. I used to be a member of his. He never responded to my messages. He gave me half-assed decodes. I didn't really gain anything from it. The first month of watching his videos, I learned so much from him. And then he just keeps you on a low frequency, the low level of coding, in my opinion, however good he thinks he is. And he likes to say people steal his work. Well, I'm pretty sure he steals people's work. He's stolen mine multiple times, from what people have told me. Just presented my decodes in one of his lives. So good for you, Zach. Yeah, but I'm not getting into him. I don't care about Zach, to be honest. I don't dislike him. I don't like him. No, I don't dislike. Yeah. I don't dislike him. I don't like him. I'm whatever about that guy now. Spelling truth to everyone, of course. I'm big on the 5G. Nice. Misha, I want to know your dream. Tell me that dream. I'm not going to sleep tonight thinking about what it is. When we lose that, when we lost, they never do that. Yeah, exactly. They don't shut down your account. Oh, there's suspicious activity. You keep losing. Or they don't protect you and say, hey, Jeremiah, you've lost your last 20 bets. I think we're going to close your account for 2 weeks because it's bad for your mental health. You're losing a lot of money. They don't help you like that, do they? But when you keep winning, they shut down your account for suspicious activity. In Vegas, when you win too much on the cards, they say you're counting cards and they kick you out and they can put you in jail for being good at something, for taking money off them. They can kick you out of Vegas. There's movies about it. Why? I've mastered it. Let me win. I'm an artist. I've earned this. But no. They only let you get so far. They only let you get so far. Me as a footballer, I could only get so far because I wasn't a Mason. Think how hard I worked every day. Think about how much I dreamed about it. How everyone around me thought I was going to be a footballer, and my dream got shattered. And who shattered it? The Masons, who took me in a changing room after scoring 2 goals and said, sorry, you're not cut out for this. You're not physically ready to be a footballer. Really? You're not going to put me on like a gym plan or something, or help me with my diet? You're just going to say that and not give a shit? Like, screw these people. I feel sorry for the parents who take the kids to these academies thinking the kids are going to make it. Your kids are not going to make it. They're not. Unless you're a Mason, your kid's not making it. Accept it. And I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry to break your heart. I don't want to be patronizing. Your kid won't make it. However good they are, they won't. And it sucks. It really sucks. Universal law, yeah. Shaq is a Mason. Well, he did admit that he's a Mason, and he showed his Freemason ring off. He showed it. He said he was, and he showed his ring. And I think since he's come back and said, no, I'm not a Mason, it got taken out of context. What? You said you were a Mason and showed your ring, and it got taken out of context, Shaq? Now more people are aware of the Freemasons. There's an image of him as well in his Freemason pinny, whatever they're called, apron. But for whatever reason, if he tells the lie to, what does Hitler say? If you tell a lie many times, it becomes the truth. That's the mainstream media for you there. I feel you, Adam. I had internships as a school counselor and was on the way to do that for a living after semi-pro soccer, then coach. Yeah, semi-pro is about as good as we can get, Owen. You have a decent fan base, you can make some money. It's about as far as the average Joe can get. I've played with some phenomenal players at semi-pro level, and I'm like, how are you playing at this level? And they're all like, well, I got released by Sheffield Wednesday, I got released by Barnes, I got released by Man United. It always seems to be around 16. They get released. And they're like the best players on the team, and they get released for some bullshit excuse. Do you think the end is near and the world is going to end this year? No, I think the world's infinite. I think they want to make you believe that the world's going to end. It will never truly end. The end of the world as we know it, the world that we've grown up in, yes, that is going to end. It almost has. But I do think in the next 5 years, there'll be no professional sports. They won't need TV anymore to distract you or to manipulate you. What else? There'll be a one world government, which they'll say is going to create unity when it's not. That's going to happen within 5 years, maybe 10, because it's Agenda 2030. I think they want to achieve everything by 2030. I've even said this, I could be wrong, and I don't know if I want to be wrong here. This could be the last ever Super Bowl, 56, the last ever World Cup. I won't be shocked, like before it all gets revealed that it's rigged. 2023, I think, will be a huge awakening for everybody. It's just, I don't know if that's going to be a good or bad thing. I'm hoping it's a good thing. Okay, think positive thoughts, positive things will happen. I hope that there's a global shift in consciousness, and in a few years or less, we'll be living in a world full of truth, full of light, full of joy. Respect your fellow man, all except we got played, okay, we got screwed over, but we move on from it. Or we could just be completely fucked. There's a good chance of that as well. Unfortunately, that's also very realistic. But I'll do my best to reveal this whilst I can, whilst I have a platform, whilst they let me on YouTube. Let's see what happens in a few years with social media. Everything's a slow process with the Masons. So one, they'll start deleting comments, then they'll remove likes, then they'll remove your video, then they'll remove your channel. Before you know it, guys, they'll say, like, if you don't have this, you're not allowed to have an email address or something, which won't make sense. And somehow the majority of the world will justify it and say, yeah, that makes complete sense. Yeah, he deserves that. He should get this because I got it. So he shouldn't have an email address and an online platform if he's not going to listen to the government. Government is Latin for mind control. Government means mental. Government is mind control. That's all it is. Oh, stop with your bullshit play on words, illusion. You think you're so smart. It don't make any sense. Yes, it does. Govern means control. Ment is mental, psychological. It's mind control, the government. The mainstream media is mind control. That's why they repeat things. Constantly have to repeat certain words. Why they have to emphasize certain words. Because they're putting spells on people. Weather modification is 100% real. They modify the weather. They did it in Vietnam. They openly said they modified the weather and made it rain. But now they're putting all sorts of shit in the air. And I'll probably get told off for saying that because I don't have evidence of it. Well, I look up to the freaking sky every day and I see it. I see it with my eyes. But do I need to be a scientist? Do we need to believe these scientists who say what they're told to say, depending on whoever funds them? That's what it goes down to. Okay, I'm going to fund you. I'm going to invest in you. But you have to promote this and say this. Okay, sir. Yeah, I'll sign the contract. People sign their souls, guys, for money. It's not just celebrities. It is doctors. It is scientists who want that fun, who want that grant, who want recognition for their work. They get used and abused. Okay? They get used and abused by the Masons. If you don't know who the Freemasons are, the Jesuit order, people ask me about it. Why do you have to ask me? Why can't you freaking research it yourself? Type in the Jesuit order. Type in the Freemasons. Type in symbolism. Why do you always have to come to me? Which I get. I'm out here spreading all this information. But do some of your own research, man. I'm giving you a tool here. I'm telling you who's doing this, why they're doing it, who's behind it. And yet you're still not going to look into it yourself. You want somebody to do your work for you. No different to a student who's like, oh, can you do my homework for me? No, do it yourself, you lazy twat. It's impossible to speak the truth without criticism. The truth offends people. That's very true. You've got to be able to take criticism, and you've got to have a lot of self-confidence in this and a lot of belief in your work. Because, yeah, a lot of people will call you out. I got called a loon. Somebody called me the Joker. Somebody said midlife crisis. Somebody said attention seeker. Somebody said I was jealous because I didn't make it as a footballer. That's enough. That's enough. All those things. And now more people just respect what I do. They might not necessarily respect me. They respect my work now because it's undeniably good. They don't have to like me. They don't have to think I'm attractive. They don't have to think I'm charming. But they can't deny my work anymore. That means more to me than anything. My back's getting a bit tense. It always does in these lives because I get pretty animated. You're not a one-man band. It's universal law. They have to tell us the truth. It's usually by a comedy cartoon or some other entertainment. So we laugh thinking it. Brilliant. Brilliant, Tracy. They reveal the truth quite often through animation, which I said a lot. Then probably music and movies. But I would say animation's the number one where they reveal hard truth in a comedic way. Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park is really good for it. Even shows like American Dad. Comedians, George Carlin, who everybody loved. And yes, I loved his work, but he was a Mason. Like I loved his quotes, but he was a Mason. He spoke a lot of truth, didn't he? Do you know who I detest? I've said this a few times now. And if you look up all the images, he's Mr. Devil Symbolism. Joe Rogan. I detest Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is for the fake truthers, for the half woke. Joe Rogan is a devil worshipper. The guy with the all-seeing eye in the middle of his head. There's loads of images of him with the symbolism, guys. You don't get a platform like Rogan. You don't get on UFC, which is bread and circus. You don't have this huge platform just because he's a pretty cool, swell dude with a bit of knowledge, man. I'm Joe Rogan, and everything's just cool and chill and mellow, man. And I'm Rogan, and shut up, Rogan, you bold twat. I see right through you. I used to like your stuff when I was kind of fake woke or half awake. then you just see people for who they are, like Joe Rogan. He's got a hugely successful show on Spotify, and he had one on YouTube. You can't simply have that level of platform if you are somebody like me. Rogan was an actor before he got into his podcasts, an unsuccessful one. So what do you think he did? Sold his soul to get to the next level, like a lot of these scumbags in Hollywood. Hollywood and Hollywood, both the same. I think I wrote a song about that. I can't remember the lyrics. I still think Rams are winning Super Bowl. The numbers are big for them. Next year, the number 43 is big. Titans or Chargers both equal 43. I don't think the Rams are winning it. If you saw my code, Abdul, neither would you. Well, no, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You're named after an NBA player. I always talk about the number 34. I'll give you a 34 riddle really quickly. Argentina won Copa America. Messi won it at age 34. The final was his 34th appearance in the Copa America. His name gets you 34 in Gematria. Italy won the Euros, 34 games undefeated. Giannis won the NBA. He was the finals MVP. He wears the number 34 jersey. Matthew Stafford is going to drop to 3-4 in the playoffs when he loses the Super Bowl for a 34. And there's a 139 as well with them both. With Stafford and Burrow, there's a 139, which I've not even shared with my community yet. And 139 is the 34th prime. LA Rams are not winning the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I'm about 80% sure the Bengals. And the Bengals are plus 170. Really nice value. I feel like this whole NFL season in the playoffs has been about the underdog. Most underdogs have won. And I think it's going to end with an underdog winning. It's going to be the Bengals, which is a tiger. And it's all about the number 9. Again, if you go on my Patreon, it's all about the number 9. That's why Joe Burrow wears number 9 and Stafford wears number 9. And the season began on 9/9, 99 days before the Pope's birthday. The Super Bowl's in California. California was founded on 9/9. Well, how many freaking lives does a cat have? 9 lives. The Bengals are winning. Stafford's going to get his 99th all-time loss. Mark my words. And if I'm wrong, okay, still doesn't mean the NFL's not rigged, does it? 5 out of the last 6 games won by 3 points. The number I've been talking about again for over a year, number 3. For whatever reason, that's why they love the pyramid, 3-sided shape, the triangle. The all-seeing eye at the top of it, which is Big Brother, which is the Masons, overseeing everything. Because we've let them. We've allowed it, and we're still allowing it. And it's time we stop allowing it. It's time we start calling people out without being scared of being judged or going to jail or getting fined. Screw all of that bullshit. Again, Mason Greenwood, the police are going to wait a bit longer till they find evidence. So the Masons are going to interview Mason. So that's how it is. The police officers are Masons at the highest level. Is every police officer a Mason? No. The ones at the bottom are the Masons? No. Are the chief and superintendents who are going to be responsible for Mason's case? Masons, yes. Is he going to get let off? Yes. I'll tell you why he's going to get let off, because he didn't do anything. Because all they did was speak over an audio. He got told to do it. His girlfriend got told to do it, who's a Mason. I just posted a thing on my Patreon. They're both doing that in a photograph. They're both doing the devil horns together. Okay? Mason Greenwood, number 11, birthday exactly 11 weeks before the Pope's. Exactly. It's just sickening. And again, is his name even Mason Greenwood, or are they just mocking us? Was he born Mason Greenwood? Maybe. Can't stand Russell, I'm glad. Hey, Lady Hawk, Russell Brand is one of my biggest enemies. Beautiful. He's not human. He's got demon within him. And what Russell Brand did, sorry to talk about that clown, because I really detest him. I did a video about him. He pushes, well, you know, I was on drugs and I was like so screwed up and oh my goodness me, and I had mental health problems. All these celebrities push mental health because they want you to go to the big pharma and get addicted to prescription drugs. That's why they're pushing mental health. That's why all these celebrities are telling you, oh, I'm suffering from mental health. Go see a doctor. What's the doctor going to give you? Tablets. That's what it is. They don't give a shit about your mental health other than they want it to deteriorate. And how does it get worse? Through medication, unfortunately. I can't get too deep into it, but that's the reality. So yeah, suddenly over the last 3 years, all these A-list celebrities have mental health problems. No, they don't. They're pushing an agenda, because everything that these people push is a freaking agenda, including mental health. My mouth is getting really dry. My mouth's getting really dry. Warm water is just no. Warm water is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Warm water is a disgrace, man. There's no chance I would drink warm water. Rothschild, Rockefeller, and the others, yeah, there's loads of them. With the families, the Rothschilds own the banking system. Control the money, control the world. Basically, there's some sort of quote: if you control the money, you control the world. And then the Rockefellers control the oil industry, and they run the education system, amongst many other things, and the tons and tons of people to be running the show. You need a small amount of extremely powerful people to be running the show. Control entertainment, yes. I had to get rid of I got rid of all my TVs. I haven't watched a TV show for 7 months. A lot of people say, just get Netflix, Adam, just watch the movies from a different perspective. And I've been tempted a few times, but I can't. I don't think I want to do it. I don't want to. My life's so busy as it is. I don't want to be sat on my ass watching bullshit shows, which are probably putting me under spells without me. Well, I'm aware of it, but I can't prevent it. Now, check this out that I put together. The last show that I watched, oh my God, I've got 33 likes, and I swear down, I got my phone before I saw the 33 likes. So the last show I watched was Dark. It was a show called Dark. And in the show Dark, you go through a portal and you can go back or forth 33 years. This is a show called Dark. It was one of the most popular shows on Netflix. And you can go forwards 33, back 33. It's like, what? And then I learned, which I said in a recent video, the moon and the sun align every 33 years. So I will say one of my biggest areas of improvement is astrology. I think I missed some codes because I've missed the astrological element of it. So the 33, it's not just Jesus dying at 33. It's not just the highest rank of Freemasonry is 33 degrees. It's not just this 33 vertebrae in your spine. It's also connected to the moon and the sun aligning. This knowledge is beautiful, man. 3 is such a big number. Tesla told us if you learn the power of numbers 3, 6, and 9, you'd have a key to the universe. I'm trying to learn that. So nobody's going to teach me it but myself. There'll be people in this chat that leave comments that inspire me. So thank you for that. But we're not going to get taught this at school or college. Probably not from our parents who've been indoctrinated for 60 years, depending on how old you are. So you've got to find it yourself because it's out there. I think the universe allows you to find it, but you've got to be willing to go on the journey. It will allow you to, the internet allows you to find things. But most people just click on the first freaking link that appears. They don't even have the mental capacity to scroll through a few pages. They'll click the first link, which will be bullshit. Or it'll be a fact checker. According to the fact checkers, this information is correct. What? Incorrect. Well, I saw the guy say it. Something Prince Philip said in the 80s, which I can't repeat. I saw a video of him saying it. And now a fact checker's saying he didn't say that, or it was taken out of context. He said it. I heard it. I saw him say it. I heard it word for word. Why do I need a fact checker? Why are you lying? Why are they so desperate to hide the truth? Ask yourself that question. Why are they so desperate to hide the truth from the average Joe like myself and you guys? Why? If these scumbags completely had everything under control, they'd just tell us now. They'd reveal everything. But they haven't. Their system's collapsing. And yes, there's a potential that it's by intention, or the universe is allowing it to happen. And these people are going down. These rats will go to their sewer. They've been running this show for too long. For too long. I'll keep doing this for as long as I can do it. For as long as I have a voice, guys. I hope you appreciate that. You looked at Trump. Yeah, everyone's saying Trump's going to become the next president again. Screw Trump. Again, there's people who... Trump's the savior. If it wasn't for Trump forced Operation Warp Speed, rushing the vaccines out, when prior to that, it was like, we don't need them. I'm not going to get it. And then he gets it. It's what's going to happen with Djokovic. So obvious what they do. But they never do get that. They never do get it. But you're going to believe it because they say it? They take you both directions that you don't know where to go. He'll say one thing and then 4 days later he'll say the opposite. And you're like, I don't know. What shall I believe? Because I don't have a freaking thought of my own anymore. Most people. They don't. They don't. And that's why a lot of people go at me, because I do have my own way of thinking. Mine. From my soul. And somebody the other day, a guy messaged me. I told him I don't watch TV anymore. He said, can I ask you, are you on drugs? He asked me if I was on drugs because I don't watch TV. I'm on drugs. Are you on drugs? Can I ask you a serious question? Yeah, mate, what is it? Are you on drugs? You just got to laugh. I'm on drugs, guys, because I don't want to be indoctrinated by the media. I'm on drugs. I'm the weird one. I'd rather be weird than normal in this realm at the moment, guys. I'm not saying this isn't true, but if you can read into these numbers, why aren't you a billionaire? Somebody asked me that. Why am I not a billionaire? Because it's far more complex than you realize decoding these sports. There's so much to it. I'm really good at it. I hit more than I lose. I've won a significant profit. With the money I've made over the last 8 months, I've not really had to work other than Patreon. Will I get everything right? No, it's complicated. There's multiple stuff for both teams. Some days you get a clear code where you can hammer because you feel so confident. A lot of the games are so double coded, or there's not a lot of value. I'll find amazing codes for a team and they're minus 500. It's like, I can't, why would I post that? But I get the game right, exact. And I'm not in this to be a billionaire, mate, because soon the money system's going to crash. The money that you have now, the physical cash you have, is going to mean nothing in a few years. Mark my words. So you better enjoy it while you can. Because soon that paper money you have, it's not going to mean shit. It's going to be worthless. It'll be no more important than monopoly money. Mark my words. So they're slowly pushing in crypto and online currency. People are just getting taken in by it without realizing it's going to take away so much of their freedom when everything becomes digital with money. And I guess I'll just be a lunatic when it all happens again. There was an NBA game in December between 76ers and Celtics. Really rigged video you did. Yeah, I've done loads of them, Michael. For people who question my work, watch my video from the first video I ever did to my most recent, and try and question my work when you've watched all my videos. You won't be able to. Watch 5, you can question my work. Watch every one you can. It's too good. It's the two synced. The videos are too synced from my first one to my most recent one. The same shit just appears because they repeat the same numbers and patterns. This universe is like, it's like the meta logo. It gets repeated. History repeats itself. And when you learn that, you start seeing it. You make predictions. You see what's going to happen. Not only because they reveal the truth in plain sight, because there's patterns. And a lot of it's connected to the moon cycles, which are every 19 years. That's why coronavirus was declared a global pandemic 19 years after 9/11. And the Falklands War and the economic crash was 19 years before 9/11. That's why it's called COVID-19. I see the number 19 for the 49ers had a big game. Did you see the number 19 got the touchdown for the 49ers to make the score 6-7, and 67's the 19th prime? And number 19 made the score 6-7 in that 49ers game. They do all sorts of shit like that. And I see it instantly. How many people will even consider that? They'll just go, yeah, he's a good receiver. He's a good catcher. Of course they're going to throw the ball to him. No, it's his numbers. Number 19 made the game 6-7, and 67's the 19th prime. Simple as that. It's all about the numbers. In pretty much everything in this world that we're living in is all about the numbers. The only thing that's real, somebody asked me, what is real then, Adam? What is real? Your soul. Everything else is an illusion. Everything else around us is just one big illusion. I speak from my soul. That's why people connect with me. They connect with me because I'm speaking from the soul. The only thing real in this realm is your soul. Everything else is an illusion. Whether you like it or not, I adore my family to pieces. Family is a social construct. You should love every person in the world like your family to an extent. It's very hard to love these Satanists and sociopaths and psychopaths and narcissists. But we limit ourselves with our little family and our little community and our little job that we go through our life, just limiting ourselves. We are powerful beings who've been limited our whole lives by this bullshit system. And it's very hard for people to escape it, especially if they have kids. Kids are an amazing thing. Being a parent must be the best thing in the world. Sometimes maybe the worst, if you're going to be honest with yourself. But once you have a kid, you are really limited to what you can do. People might disagree with that, say, no, it doesn't change a thing, but it does. The reality is, it does. Then you get married and you kind of get stuck in a rut, most people in their marriages, and then they get divorced, but then it's too late because they're in the mid-50s or early 60s a lot of the time when they get divorced. Enjoy your life while you can. I like you, but you scare me. I don't mean to scare you, but the truth's scary. When I went down the rabbit hole, I almost cried about 5 times. And I am really strong emotionally. I was like, this can't be real. This is too much. Sometimes when you get so overwhelmed by something, I can get angry and my eyes can water through anger. And I was getting angry. And I was staying up till 6, 7 a.m. researching the sickest things. That took me to this level of knowledge now, because my knowledge is on a different level to the average person. But the people running the show, my knowledge is peanuts to them. But the average guy on the street, I blow people's minds with this knowledge, and it's through hard work. Nobody gave me it. Nobody gave me it. Okay? I found it. Oh, it found me. And my head's hurting. My head's really hurting, but I'm going to keep going for you. 107, guys. The Bengals were 10-7 in the regular season. 107, the 28th prime. 28, the sum of 56, like Super Bowl 56. By the way, if the Bengals beat the Rams, the AFC is going to have 28 and the NFC is going to have 28 Super Bowls. 28. Did you know that? And 28 is the sum of 56, and it's Super Bowl 56. And they came in 10-7, the 28th prime. The Bengals beat the Rams, guys. Hope we can all win some money from it. But if not, somebody's asked me to go live for the Super Bowl and just decode what's going to happen. I might do that. I might go live and watch it. I'll say, watch this next play, interception. Watch who he's going to throw to here, number 13. Look out for number 99, Donald, to have a big game in the Super Bowl as well. Or be involved in something really major. You're doing great work, man. I used to work for Kansas City Chiefs, and I just laughed yesterday. Can't get friends, family to see it. Mind-blowing, but hope I've at least planted it. Thank you, Jeff, for planting the seed. That's all you can do. You can walk a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I have a friend yesterday, Andy, who's an amazing guy, and he said, he was really open to me. Just got chills a little bit. He opened up. I don't want to go too deep into what he said because it's personal, but he basically said, I've been watching the Chiefs since I was a 6-year-old boy. The Chiefs have been one of the biggest part of my life. I don't want to accept it, but your work is at a point now, Adam, where I have to accept it. Mahomes didn't lose because of his ability. He lost because he got told to lose. And he said, I don't want to keep watching it, but I don't think I can stop because he's in his 40s now. He's been watching the Chiefs since he's 6. I don't know exactly how old he is. And I still don't know how I've given up watching football, which I've done my whole life since I was probably about 4 or 5. I don't watch Premier League. I only watched one game in the Euros because that was basically on when I was out having lunch. I don't do fantasy football, which I loved. I don't do any of that now. And I've given it up because I'm not giving them my energy. But it was hard. My friends back home don't want to speak to me anymore, a lot of them. It's the only thing we ever talked about was the Premier League. I'm sure now we'd be talking about Mason Greenwood. I'd be like, yeah, it sucks. Mason Greenwood was such a talent. I hope he don't have his career ruined. He was going to be so amazing for United. Oh, do you think he's going to play in the World Cup side? Do you think he's going to get the World Cup? Because he's such a good player. And now they're like, I'm like, Mason Greenwood, no, he never raped the girl. He's a Mason. He's a Satan worshipper. He's overrated. I don't give a shit about him. So my friends don't want to talk to me, most of them anymore. So maybe they weren't even my friends. They just liked me because I had the same interests as them. Maybe they weren't even my friend. A lot of my friends now I've never even actually seen face to face. I regard them more friends than the people that used to be my friends. Will Boris Johnson get the sack? Depends on the Jesuit plan. Do you remember Boris Johnson got put in a coma, didn't he? And in the Olympic ceremony, Boris Johnson was in a coma. The Olympic ceremony in London was all predictive programming for COVID. If you watch the ceremony, watch the ceremony of it. It's so blatant. It's so blatant. Just joined, but I'd say that it's getting more energy taking, more last-minute goals, plus the VAR that really helps. Yes, brilliant, Michael. The VAR takes more energy. The last-minute goals does. The controversial penalty decisions does. I think sometimes as well, they'll intentionally have a 0-0 game and make it like the shittest spectacle ever. They do it a lot in finals. So many finals, like the FA Cup final, it's always an anticlimax. It always seems to be like 1-0. Everyone gets hyped up. It's going to be a big game, a huge game, amazing game. Look at the last 2 Champions League finals, 1-0, shit games. They build you up and then, oh, God, this sucks. Yeah, you get a few spectacles, like Liverpool beating Milan 3-3 and then beat them on penalties. That was a spectacle. But it was bullshit and rigged by the numbers. Manly Hall said, every symbol has 7 meanings. We have to stop thinking in this or that. Why did the Christ answer with A? Because he knew a soul has to begin questioning. Jeff, wow. A soul does have to begin questioning on their own. Like a true teacher doesn't need to read a book to teach. They teach from within. I teach people gematria from my soul. I don't have a book about gematria. People are always asking me, do you have a book on gematria? No, I don't. Other than Zach Hubbard's, which is pretty good to be honest, but you're best learning from within and you will find what you want. Manly P. Hall was a Freemason though, wasn't he? Mr. 33 degree. But he spoke truth. They are all Masons at the highest level, yes. Yes, they are. What did you miss? We are free. World government. I don't know if we're free. You missed a lot. You're going to have to go back and watch it. I sometimes forget what I talk about. Marco Alonso killed someone. What makes people think Mason won't get off? Yeah, Marco Alonso, didn't he run somebody over? He got let off. But did he? Did Tiger Woods get involved in a crash? No, I don't think so. Did Alonso kill somebody? Probably not. Or if he did, it was a satanic ritual, which they'll never tell you. Rooney didn't have sex with a grandma. Giggs didn't have sex with his brother. The Giggs family are Masons. His dad was a professional rugby player. Rugby league, I think. Giggs wore number 11, just like Greenwood. Ferguson went to Giggs' house when he was 16, so Giggs could sign the contract. Tell me whenever a top flight manager's gone to somebody's house to sign a contract. You would do it in the stadium. I think Sir Alex Ferguson had time to just cruise to Giggs' house to have him sign a contract and have a cup of tea with the family. It's so pathetic that people believe it, but I believed it. I read it in his book, where Ferguson in the photo is doing this. Of course he is. Freaking Scottish Mason. Do I have it here? I have this book. I have this one. Look how they have to have 3 on the front. This French faggot, Arsene Wenger, Mourinho, the chosen one. No, you're not. You're a Jesuit prick. And this guy, Scottish Rite Freemason, Ferguson. All 3 of them are pricks. That book's going in the bin. It's got nothing to do with their coaching skills at all. Fergie didn't even coach. You had Steve McLaren and Brian Kidd doing all of the coaching. Fergie didn't even freaking coach a session. I'm done. Mourinho and Guardiola together. Mourinho's the assistant for Bobby Robson when Guardiola was the captain. And then Mourinho and Guardiola, the biggest rivalry in coaching history of the GOATs. And who was the other one? Wenger? The guy who was coaching in freaking Japan, and then he comes over and coaches one of the teams to be the only team to be the Invincibles in the Premier League. Because Wenger's such an amazing coach. He knows the game. Piss off. He hired all of his French players because the Society of Jesus were founded in France. That's why he had Henry. That's why he had Perez. That's why he had Sylvain Wiltord. That's why he had Vieira. So it was just French Jesuit pricks. Okay? That's why France won the World Cup recently, 4-2 against Croatia. 42 is a huge number with the Jesuits and the Freemasons. It's why England won their only World Cup final in 66, 4-2. I don't know how they're doing it. I just know we're being deceived by something. Whether the universe is somehow deceiving us in an organic way and it's deceiving us and playing us, if it is just the Masons and the Jesuits, if it's a combination, if it's magic, magic's real, black magic's real. Brady admitted his wife's a witch. That's why he's been so successful. Witches are real. Okay? I won't be surprised if the owners of these franchises are witches, are magicians, and basically the best wizards and magicians and whoever it may be running these clubs dictate who's going to win these championships. I don't know. But magic's real. Do you believe in magic? Yes, I do. I never used to, but yes, I do believe in magic. It's a kind of magic. Who sung that? Freddie Mercury, I think. Freddie Mercury. Terrible mustache. Great performer. Terrible style. Awful mustache. Pretty shocking hair. I can't say much about people's hair, to be honest. Mine's not great, but Freddie Mercury, Mason. Like all the members of Queen. Queen, what do you call a gay guy? You call him a queen. Freddie Mercury supposedly died of AIDS, pushing the AIDS agenda, which Fauci created. It's a kind of magic. Trump is completely controlled. Of course he is. He said in 1988, Trump in Gematria gets you 88. In 88, he was on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And she said, would you ever run for presidency, Donald? And he was like, well, I don't think so, but you never say never. And then he becomes the president. Oprah Winfrey's a witch. She's always doing this in her interviews. Okay, she's a handler. Oprah's a handler, just like Ellen DeGeneres is a handler. Okay, they're witches, like the Kardashians. That's why anybody who dates a Kardashian gets screwed over. Ellen DeGeneres, for me, is a bloke pretending to be a lesbian, pushing the gay agenda, which pushes the depopulation agenda. I think Ellen DeGeneres was born a man. Somebody sent me an image of this wrestler. I don't know her name. Shayna Baszler or something. Blatant man. Shoulders here, biceps here, just massive lats, bloke face, about 6'2", and people are like, no, that's just a woman. So what they did, society did a really good way of pushing things like CrossFit, and women can be strong like men as well. Women can have big shoulders and 8-packs. It's disgusting, by the way, in my opinion. No offense to any women in the chat who have a body like that. People didn't have these bodies back in the 90s because they push whatever they want to push. So more and more women, genuine women, to be honest with you, who aren't inverted, who aren't Masonic, there's more and more women looking like men and acting like men. And there's more men acting like little bitches and proper feminine. Where's the real men gone? I think women like me because I am a real man. They're dying. Real men are dying. Where are they? Where's all the real men? That sounds pretty gay. No problem with gays at all, but where are they? Where are they all? Every time I watch a YouTube video, I'm halfway through a song, I'm getting my vibe on, there's a commercial. Hey, my name's Jeremy, and I wear Wilson Juicy Cream that gets rid of all my blemishes and wrinkles. Shut up, you. Stop. Stop it, mate. Stop. I don't give a shit about your skin. I don't want your skin products. I want you to shut your mouth and let my song play. Commercials all the time. Guys, why do you think you have to pay so much money for a Super Bowl commercial? Because commercials get in your head. They wire your brain to want to buy things you don't really actually want or need. Teach the people, break the encryption of their system. Nice. Ignore them people. How is that related to TV anyway? People won't stop watching TV. They're addicted. Television means tell-a-vision. TV programming. You get programmed. Change the channel. Channel your energy. I've said all this before. There's a cast. A crew has a cast. Like a spell. Cast a spell on us. It gets broadcasted around the world. It's all there in the words when you learn what these words actually mean, which you don't learn at school. I started teaching my kids about this and what these words mean and how spelling means. You can put a spell on people with words. Put it this way, my school wasn't happy about it. Kids adored me. They thought I was the greatest because I actually taught them things that were relevant and not just bullshit to pass a bullshit exam, which was designed by the Rockefellers. If Trump woke up next morning and said it's night, most of his supporters would believe him, correct? And the rest would say it's right. It's why Trump was brought in to create divide. He was the trumpet. He blew the trumpet, didn't he? He blew the trumpet on the media, said that they were all liars, which protected him from all the sick things that he did. So any accusation about Trump, he would say, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. Mainstream, you're a liar. I'm not going to answer your question because you're the biggest liar of them all. And everyone's like, Trump's so real. No presidents used to do this. Yeah, because no other presidents were allowed to do it. They weren't allowed to do what he did. Back in the day, the presidents had to act all official and high and mighty and intelligent, when most of them are just dumbasses, stupid. A lot of these elite people are stupid, idiots, despite the knowledge that they're being given. They're just idiots. And they play the role to perfection. Trump played his role, and he's still playing his role. And if he does come back and be the president, it don't really matter anyway, because the presidents don't have any say in what happens. They're puppets. Presidents are puppets. That's why you've got to watch the TV show Spitting Image, where all the presidents are puppets. They tell you in that show. It's a pretty funny show, to be honest. Burn the book. Which book? No, what I do with the stuff I don't like, that this book, there's going to be somebody who loves coaching, who still believes in it all. I'll probably give them it. I'll probably just give them it. I won't burn it. I'm not going to burn my Manchester United shirts and stuff. I still wear them when I'm coaching, but I don't have any connection to them. I spent a lot of freaking money on them. All right, what else we got? Oh, there's loads of comments I've missed. Whoa, geez. Let me keep going. I don't like missing people's comments. I like to respond to everybody. I think that's something I do differently to most people. I was up... Need to put my face mask on, guys. That protects me more. I think this is going to work. So basically, I was up this morning for like an hour responding to people's comments. And I was like, this is tiring, Adam. You don't have to do this. I was like, no. People have gone out of the way to leave a comment. I'm going to at least respect them and respond. And I'm never going to get big enough where I don't have time to respond. All right, let's have a go. Let me read all of these. Is the Championship League 1 and 2 scripted, and is Akinfenwa a Mason? Akinfenwa is definitely a Mason. It gets pushed on TV shows like Soccer AM, which was hosted by Tim Lovejoy at one point, who's a Mason. Helen Chamberlain's a man who's hosted it all the time, I think. Torquay United fan. Fenner's Mason. Tubes Mason, who claimed to have a heart attack as well, didn't he? He was another one who claimed to have a heart attack when he was young. Jimmy Bullard's a Mason and an invert. Jimmy Bullard's a woman. Terrible. Little skinny rat. Again, I got released for my build, but they let somebody like Jimmy Bullard play for England. He played for his country. I think he got one cap, played in the Premier League. They can let anyone make it, guys, who has half-decent ability. So, yeah, I think League 1, League 2, I'm not sure all the players know. I don't think they know. There's an organic element. There's magic involved somehow. But when Wickham got promoted with that shitty team and Akinfenwa was the star, he's a Mason. Yeah, I believe he's a Mason. Not to get too political, I used to like Trump. I can see why people did like Trump. Because he was different. To an extent, he spoke truth. He, I don't know, but he's an entertainer. Politics is entertainment as well. You've got to realize that. That's why Trump was in WWE and he had a match with Vince McMahon. Basically told you WWE is no different to like politics. He was in The Apprentice. The Simpsons said he was going to be the president. I can see why you got attached to Trump. I can see it. I'm not going to judge you for it. But at this point, you've got to accept who he is. And that is a deceiver. Cincinnati Rams, I like the Rams to beat. I like Cincinnati to win. I do. Your safest bet is probably Cincinnati spread. They seem to make every freaking game a 3-point game, and Cincinnati's +4. I'll be shocked if they let the Rams blow them out, to be honest. That's probably your safest bet. If you do like to bet, the Bengals spread. If I do bet, guys, I just bet small now. I've stopped betting big, large sums. Today, I went grocery shopping. It cost me $75. I'll probably win $90 today gambling through my codes. So I'm up $15. And I've not spent a penny. But I've got a full fridge. I don't need to win all this money. Your everyday person projects their values and those they know onto the controllers. They don't realize they're wolves. Yeah, they are wolves in sheep's clothing. Actor-based reality. Pope Francis is a wolf. Just because he's the Pope, just because you give him a title, doesn't mean shit. People need to stop putting so much emphasis on people's titles. The Pope can't be evil. He's the Pope. He's the head of the Catholic Church. No, he's not the head of the Catholic Church at all. First of all, there's the Black Pope above him. And then there's the Illuminati Bloodlines who basically control religion, the financial system. And they've destroyed spiritualism. Now, if you're into spiritualism, you're a hippie. You're a hippie. You're a psycho. Do you do drugs? No. I'm in tune with who I am. It's a beautiful thing. Like, actually, I was going to talk about something. YouTube won't let me talk about it. Which is fucking bullshit. He's definitely right about codes being double coded. Even sports, you can have everything right number-wise. And yeah. Thank you, K-Dub. Unless you get into this community and see how difficult it is to decode, then you really need to, I'm not going to say keep your mouth shut, that's a bit aggressive, but if you're going to be delusional enough to think somebody like the Illusion is going to charge $10 a month to give you winning picks every day so you become a billionaire, you really are a little bit slow. That's the reality. You're a little bit slow. My Patreon is way more than sports. Anyone who follows me knows that. I've probably got one of the best Patreons in the game. Especially when there's people paying $20 for people's OnlyFans to watch a girl in her underwear for one photograph. I charge $10 and I'll give you mind-blowing information. And if you do bet, you're going to win more than you lose over the month if you take my picks. That's the reality. You could go through all of my Patreon from day one to this day, add up all of the outcomes, and you'll find I have way more winning picks. And I rarely pick a favorite. Nobody's perfect. No, we're not supposed to be. We have to appreciate when we fail. We have to learn from it. We have to grow. Your biggest growth comes through failure. I'm not meaning it to sound cheesy. Okay? Life's easy when you're winning. But you know, when you're always winning in life, you get complacent. When you're struggling, when shit hits the fan, you grow. You get better because you've got to do something. It's sink or swim. When you keep winning, same with gambling. When I kept winning, I would tell people, I don't need to work again. I've got this. I've mastered it. And I bet anybody in this community who decodes like at a high level, they've probably told themselves they've mastered it at one point. I thought I did. And then I would get my ass whipped. And I'd be like, no, back to the drawing board. Let's gradually get better and better. And I was saying to my mate, I was like, when I was winning all that money, I said to him, mate, I don't even have to coach. I'm good. Like, I don't need to work. And then I realized, no, I'm gifted at coaching. I have a positive impact on people. Why would I give up something I love that I'm good at, that other people love, just because I have enough money to not do it? And I was like, Adam, get back to coaching, man. Go coach. Stop it. And yeah, I was winning all that money and I got complacent. I got lazy with life. My whole life was just decoding sports and winning money. For what? And God bless my dad. My dad, man, who told me to stop gambling. I didn't gamble the whole of December, and I've only gambled 10 times this month. So I've only gambled a third of this month. I went 7 months gambling every day, 3 or 4 games a day. I was addicted. I was clearly addicted to the rush of it and addicted to winning this money, which didn't bring me that much fulfillment. And I struggled to take a loss because of my competitive nature. And I didn't like these Masons taking my money and my energy. So I don't bet as much now, and I don't bet as big stakes. I still get blown away when people win in my community. I'm happy for them. And I still get really sad when they lose. But it is what it is. We're adults now. If you're going to gamble, be responsible for it. I'm just going to give you information that could help you, should help you. But I'm not promising that you're going to sign up to my page and win a load of money. No. But for $10, it's be one of the best $10 you've ever spent. If you care about knowledge and growing. Don't care about that, don't sign up to my page. This is duality. You either love the world or you love truth and wisdom. Yeah. Who is this Jeff? Jeff, I love you, mate. You can be in love with the world, which is the illusion, or you can literally be in love with truth and wisdom. Your quest for truth and wisdom, which I think this is what life is. That's what life is. And we get trapped in the beast system where we avoid truth and we're not bothered about wisdom. We just want to be comfortable in the system. And yeah, you hopefully, Jeff, there's a way where you can love this world, but also love truth and wisdom. That's my goal. I still love this world. I'm very fortunate, the life that I live, but I'm not as, what's the word? Obsessed with the materialistic element of the world anymore. But I still love this world, or this universe, or this realm. I cannot believe Mahomes didn't make it to 22-0. Yeah, Mahomes had a really good riddle. He had a really good riddle. The Chiefs had a really good riddle. It was a shock that they got beat, to be honest. But again, I would say for the people talking about decoding sports, and a lot of people say, well, it just proves that decoding doesn't mean anything. Well, it does. The Rams, the Bengals, the 49ers, and the Chiefs all had phenomenal decodes. They did. They've made it harder. I had the books over the Chiefs last year before the season began. I won about $4,500. Maybe more, actually, because I got on the books every game to win in the playoffs, and they did. This year, it's been so many shocks. The 49ers had a great riddle against the Rams. Chiefs had a great riddle against the Bengals, but vice versa. Super Bowl, I think Bengals have a superior riddle to the Rams, though. Superior. So I will bet on the Bengals. If the Rams win, it'll have to be connected to Kobe Bryant. LA winning in LA with all the LA artists, and Kobe died in LA, at least in California. So you think Bill Shankly retired so abruptly because he wanted a break or for another reason? He retired, Michael, for the numbers. And he won all of his championships with Liverpool because he was a Mason, coaching a Masonic club. Bill Shankly probably couldn't coach either. But they'll tell you he was one of the greatest. Bill Shankly was Scottish, just like Fergie, just like David Moyes. Scottish Rite Freemasons. And we'll never comprehend the magic that they're using, the rituals that they're performing. We don't get it. I mean, we might get close. But these people have to know. And if you are one of those people who think everything's organic and nobody actually knows what's going on, it's just the universe, there's not one person on the planet that knows what's happening, there is a slight possibility. Because I've had so many syncs in my life with the universe, and I'm organic, and I'm like, whoa. Or maybe I'm just seeing things because I want to see them. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you see what you want to see. Your eyes see what your mind is telling you to see. So I don't know. I just feel like we're giving too much energy to celebrities, to sports, to the media. Whoever's behind all the bullshit. We need to stop giving our energy to them. I have to give my energy to reveal the deception. If I didn't have Patreon or YouTube, I would not be watching sports. I would not be talking about it. I would not be decoding them. I'd just be doing my own thing. But I feel I have to do this work. I maybe will go live for the Super Bowl, I'd swing. Just because I'm a nice guy. And when loads of people ask me the same thing, I tend to do it. So when everybody like, please decode Mason Greenwood, please. I was like, what's he done? So I don't wake up and check the news. It's usually a comment. Like, I'm like, okay, what's he done now? Mason Greenwood. All right, I'll do it for my community and for the YouTube channel. Shit, I could really be at the beach right now having a drink, but no. Because in 2 days, nobody's going to care about Mason Greenwood. I have to do it right now. Fear is a phase. Fear is an illusion, mate. Fear doesn't exist. Fear is in your mind. It's not real. And fear means for everything a reason. Fear is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Danger exists. Fear doesn't. Seeing the truth is liberating. I agree. But it's bittersweet. I freaking agree. You will overcome the fear when you realize who you really are. An eternal, divine, sovereign soul. Your body is just a vehicle. I call it a vessel. Yes, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, not humans having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings, guys. We were chosen for this, or we agreed to come here, in my opinion. From what other realm they are. So there's other realms. There's other dimensions. Absolutely. But thank you again, Jeff. I think you need to set up your own channel, just speaking quotes and truth. 10 followers of 3K, really? Let me go on my, what do you call it, analytics. There's been a dramatic shift then. Somebody must be sharing my work. YouTube Studio, analytics. Where is it? Audience? No, I can't even find it. It's not even showing me. Wait a second, guys. Sorry about this. Where is it? Okay, wow. Wow. Jeez. What's going on? I need 4. This is wild. I need 4 for 3,000. Well, who's sharing my work? Whoever shared my work in this live, thank you. I think it's since I went on Twitter, which I never wanted to do. But Twitter is actually a really good platform. There's a lot of people who speak a lot of truth and spread a lot of wisdom. I got rid of Facebook a long time ago because I had mental health problems for getting rid of Facebook. But I left Twitter as well. I think I left Twitter before Facebook. I never tweeted anyway. But yeah, I've come across some amazing people like Red Pill Monkey and another guy who messages me a lot, who really wants to bring down the Masons. And he's taught me a lot about how the Masons work and stuff like that. He's a really good guy who needs people's help because he doesn't have a job anymore because he got fired basically for speaking the truth. His name's Bernard John. Every one of my lifelong friends has cut me off because of their programming. Then Sean, hopefully you'll find people who truly belong in your life. They'll find you because everything's energy and frequency. You will find the people you're supposed to find, mate, and you're going to stop communicating with the ones that you're not supposed to communicate with anymore. So don't worry about that. It may take time. I lost a lot of friends. A lot of people lost a lot of respect for me. I didn't give up. And now look, I have almost 3,000 people appreciating my work. It would have been easy to give up when I had 100 subscribers and it wasn't going up. Nothing was changing. Nobody really gave a shit about my work. And everybody pretty much ridiculed me other than a few people who I'll always respect for that. My mate Nathan was one of my best friends, probably the only one who really believed in my work. Never once dismissed it. Never once questioned it. So thank you, Nathan, if you're watching. Much love to you. He's a really amazing person, Nathan McGraw. Oh, I better not say his last name. Regarding your friends, there's a difference between people you socialize with. Yeah, brilliant, Michael. Let me, what's the definition of friends? I'm not talking about the TV show where all the characters were inverted. Did you know that Friends' final episode was on May the 6th, like 56, guys? Friends definition. No, I don't care about the bullshit cast who casted spells on people in New York. Friends, a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection. Yes. So I have so many friends because I have mutual affection for the people who I've never met. A friend doesn't need to be somebody that you hang out with or go to the pub with and talk about the sports games. And did you hear what Boris said? Did you watch? Oh, did you hear that Curly Watts just died in Coronation Street? It's Curly Watts, man. He was around in the 90s. I don't know why I said Curly Watts. He was a character from Coronation Street in the freaking 90s. Yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, that probably made you laugh. I don't know why I said Curly Watts. That's genius. Adam, I also stopped watching football because of your videos. Thank you. Sad reality, but I'm grateful for your work rate and knowledge. I hope I will learn. I think you will, mate. I appreciate that comment. You don't have to say that to me. You will learn this knowledge if you want to learn this knowledge and you put in the work. You will learn it. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. That cheesy line, pretty much, to an extent. You can. So if you want to learn this knowledge, you believe in the knowledge, and I've inspired you, go to the next level now, mate. Go to the next level. Can earn a little bit of money from it. You can earn a little bit of money from gambling, absolutely. I told you for 8 months, I've ended each month with a significant profit. This month, not so much because I've not really bet, and I've bet a lot smaller. But previous months when I was going silly, betting $2,000 on a game to win 4, it's sickening. It makes me sick saying it out loud. That type of money, guys, is a lot of money for the average person. And I am an average person. I'm not making silly money at all. I have to think about things like, I'm not going out for dinner. I can go out for dinner and not worry about how much it costs. But I can't just like go get a new apartment and live wherever I want and not worry about it like some people can. Remember the one when the Liverpool keeper let in 2 obvious fixes? Yeah. Which final though? The goalkeepers give it away. Some of the errors they make. And when you start just accepting it, you see like how much space. I always say this. Why do these players have so much time and space at the highest level when they should have no time? They should be put under so much pressure. You watch a professional football game, you have like 10 yards to just play a pass. And then all it needs is one fast guy, touch and run, cut it back. Somebody like, I don't know, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Chicharito, Harry Kane, put him on the 6-yard box, tap it in the goal. Just amazing. What a player, what awareness. You can't teach that. You can't teach that positional sense from Solskjaer. Piss off. Watch my video about Solskjaer. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites because I used to idolize Solskjaer. Adam, you believe in the creator? Yes. 1,000,000% BYT. 1,000,000%. Year of the Tiger. Yeah, it is the year of the Tiger. I'm not going to tell you. Well, I want to share everything with you, but I don't want to give you everything because it's unfair for my Patreons. But the Tiger has a massive connection with Matthew Stafford. Trust me when I say that. I'm going to post that later on today on my Patreon. Masonic, my mother. Yeah, wow, nice. Benzema's birthday is the day after the World Cup final. And Mbappe's birthday is 2 days after the final. If France get there, they'll both score like Shaw did. Yeah, France won't win back-to-back, though. Will they get to the final? I don't think so, but they could. I like England, but I like Argentina to get there. Is that too obvious? Maybe. If it's France-Argentina, that'll be funny. Because the Pope's from Argentina and the Society of Jesus were founded in Paris, France. But didn't France and Argentina play? Didn't France knock out Argentina in the last World Cup? They did, didn't they? And when Aguero scored the last goal of the game, I've just remembered, I think Mbappe scored 2. Or Pavard scored, like, the fullback scored, like, the goal of the tournament. I'm pretty sure France beat Argentina in the last World Cup. Correct me if I'm wrong, because my memory is usually exceptional. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was the World Cup before that. Aguero's been playing. No, it won't be. It would be that one, because Mbappe's, 21 or something? 22. I grew up without a father, so I looked out of my house to celebrities and idolized people like Michael Jordan and Nipsey Hussey, and then I found out they were all playing roles. It's not easy, mate. Manny, it's really difficult. It's difficult to accept you've been fooled. But it doesn't make you a fool either. It doesn't make you stupid. It happened to me. 33 years. Yes, 33. 33 years I was fooled, guys. I was fooled. And now I'm not. I'm trying to help other people, but some people don't want this knowledge or they're not ready for it, and I've got to respect that as well. It's not easy. This is not easy. What I'm doing is not easy. What you guys are going through is not easy. But like Chris Martin said, they said, nobody said it was easy. That's what he said, and it's true. It's not easy, this journey, but my God, it's fulfilling. And you will look at the world in a different way, through different eyes. Realize. I do like that. Burn that book. I don't know. Do you want me to rip it up in front of you live to prove to you how passionate I am? People might call me crazy or stupid for this because somebody could use this book. I'm not setting it on fire because I'll set my apartment on fire. Do you want me to rip it up, guys? Somebody put yes in the chat and I'll rip it up in front of you. Maybe it'll bring you joy. Because I read that book a few times and got inspired by these people who are nothing but sickos. If somebody says yes, rip up the book, I'm going to go grab it now. I'm going to rip the book for you. It was 2018 World Cup. Okay, I was right. By the way, guys, in Revelation 13:18, it's all about the lamb being slaughtered. I'll give you a clue here. It's all about the lamb being slaughtered. Hence, the rams getting slaughtered like the lamb. You know what I mean? Got to know your revelation, baby. Right. I'm going to get the book. I'm going to rip it up for you because Happy Face Man I really like. And sorry if you get offended by this and say somebody could use this book and enjoy the book. Well, screw the book, okay? I'm going to go get it and rip it up for you. And I'm not crazy. I've never ripped up a book before, okay? But this feels right. I'm going to go do it. Give me a second. It's true France did beat Argentina. Thank you for confirming. Corinthians 2, verse 44. Yeah, 44, huge. Super Bowl's the 44th day of the year. It's funny how Detroit gets you 44 and Stafford was born in Detroit, and then you have Eminem performing who was from Detroit, from 8 Mile, and then at the end of the movie is like, fuck 3 world, 313, and Pope Francis became the Pope on 313, March the 13th. And Eminem said something like, as we move toward a new world order, a normal life is born, but superstardom, close to postmodern, whatever he said. He said a new world order in his lyric, man. Derby County known as the Rams, where Rooney is, and they're having a hard time, aren't they? The Rams are getting slaughtered. Derby, good call. And Brian Clough was another Mason who couldn't coach, just had a personality, and he deceived people. Terrible tracksuit. I'm going to get the book, guys. I'm getting the book. The Black Cats manager, Black Cat, like magic. Sunderland are called the Black Cats. Wear the red and white. Jesuit colours. Before anybody says anything about my tennis jacket, shut your mouth. Oh, this book, oh my God, I just noticed. This book is white, black, and red. Good old Jesuit colours, eh? I'm surprised there's not one. Oh, Wenger's folding his arms. Wenger's folding his arms doing the Masonic pose, which Solskjaer used to like to do. The manager. More than how to guide, its depth of shared knowledge is huge. Look at what spot, guys. Sorry, my neighbors are not going to be happy with this. Sports magazine. You're not going to read this. It says illuminating, guys, like the Illuminati, illuminating inside the minds of footballers' leaders. I'm going to type in the manager into Gematria, in the Gematrinator, the manager. What's that going to give me? 47, the authority number, the huge authority number, 47. The huge government number. Guys, are you ready for me to rip it up? Are you ready? I don't think you should. Oh, Evan's just. Oh, Evan, I was about to rip it. Look at my, I've got a Panda Express bookmark here. What page was I on? 195. I don't know if I should rip it then. I should give it to somebody, shouldn't I? It was actually a good book when I believed in all the bullshit. Because I'm a coach, guys. I was always learning, trying to get better. All right, I'm going to read the first page to you. I'm going to read the first page. Chapter 1, a piece of the action. I'm not going to read everything, guys, so please don't leave. Don't get bored. The big idea. See if I can come across something here. Professional football is a crucible. Isn't that where they play the snooker? Which they put the balls inside a triangle, the red balls in a triangle. Professional football is a crucible. Working inside that crucible, the managers of the 20 Barclays Premier League clubs in England have their leadership publicly examined, challenged, lauded, and ridiculed on a daily basis. Some of us feel we could do a better job if asked. Others stand back in admiration of the great achievers and cast a sympathetic backward glance at the ones who look like they failed. But we actually have very little appreciation of the full scope of their work. They don't do anything, these guys, the Masons. The role of a leader in the Premier League football is fascinating, complex, and tough. Fantasy football is no different to the Premier League, in my opinion. Fantasy football leagues may convince us that it's about buying players and selecting a team. Well, no, it's about the gematria and the date numerology. In reality, it's about creating winning environments, delivering on enormous expectations, overcoming significant challenges, handling pressure, and staying centered throughout. A set of challenges familiar to all leaders in all sectors. I'm not going to keep reading that bullshit. I'm not going to keep reading it. These managers, it's not about how good they are. It's not about how good these players are. It's satanic rituals that are fulfilled. Yeah, I'm not going to rip it up. I'm going to give the book to somebody because I'm friends with loads of coaches. I think ripping it up is probably very immature. But I was very close. If it wasn't for Evan, I was about to rip it up. Just sell it. I'm not going to sell it. I'll give it to somebody. I'm not going to charge anybody for it. If demonic people wrote it off, of course you destroy it. Yeah, but I don't know by destroying it. Is it a good book? It's like anything, it's good and bad. It has some good knowledge in it, but it's just full of bullshit as well. Give it to me. How can I give it to you, mate? Oh, happily, if you live near me, I would come and give you it. The Red Pill is Blood Over Intent on YouTube. Yes, Polished Diamond. Nice name, by the way. Why would you give it to someone knowing it's all crap? Because they don't know it's crap. Like, they might get joy out of it. It's weird. It's a tough one. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying about that. You got me thinking. I'm actually stuck. I don't know what to say. So should I just burn it? Maybe I'll burn it then. What's the point of spreading truth if you're just going to give that book to someone else? All right. I'm ripping the book up. Karen took the kids. I've changed my mind. I'm ripping the book. You've got me there. Why would I spread this indoctrination to somebody else? Okay? Put my money where my mouth is. You ready? I'm sorry for those people who think this is disappointing. That's the first bit, okay? Hit the like button. I'm joking. Okay, we got that. That's gone. Now we have this left. I'm not strong enough to do that, guys, although I'm back at the gym again. All right. I know what I'm going to do. The first 6 pages. This is page 6. They can shove that number 6 right up their ass. 6 pages gone. Right. What number should I go to now? 56? Because I've got 56 likes. That's hilarious. Page 56. Creating a winning environment. Great leaders make tough decisions and still build powerful relationships. I don't give a shit. I don't know if I can read 56 pages. Yes, I can. There you go. Fuck you, Ferguson. Oh, that's too hard. Screw you, Wenger, you French fag. And as for you, Mourinho, the chosen one, suck my balls, Mourinho. There we go. Look how strong I am now after ripping that book. Do you want me to keep going or are you getting bored of this? That defeats the purpose. See what? Okay, page 201. Thank you. Who said that? Who said that? Patrick Cash. I could do with winning some Patrick Cash tonight. Okay, 201. Let's have a look. Is there a 201? Okay, 201. I'm not going to be able to rip that amount out. 201. Pursuing a career under pressure. Pursuing a career under pressure. What else is there? This message of hard work and determination is the common thread to high-achieving managers as they lay the bedrock of their schools. However, and wherever they happen to build it, Allardyce, like we give a shit about that fat prick, Allardyce says you can get a job without coaching badges based on your experience and what you've done as a player throughout your career. You can't basically get a high-profile coaching role unless you was an ex-player or a Mason. And they make the coaching badges so expensive. I wanted to get my decent leveled coaching badges. It was too expensive for me. It's like over $1,000. I don't think I'm going to be able to rip it from here. It's too many pages. Let's have a go. I feel like Hulk Hogan. I feel like Hulk Hogan, guys, back in the mid-80s when he was on the top of his game, the Masonic bald prick. Worst haircut in showbiz, Hulk Hogan. Okay. This is really nice, man. Solution part 2, build something bigger than yourself. Whoa. Who's this? He has a great technical focus, a commitment to football in schools that has launched significant number of highly successful careers. David Platt, Rob Jones, Danny Murphy, who always seemed to score penalties against Man United, the bald twat. He was a mediocre footballer and he played for England. Robbie Savage. Oh my goodness, he is awful. He came through the academy with Man United, with Scholes and Beckham and the Neville brothers, and Savage was there as well, the big-nosed woman. Neil Lennon. Who's that? Neil Lennon. Was he a big striker? No, Neil Lennon's that ginger guy, isn't he, who coached Celtic. Dean Ashton, whose career had to end because of his knee injury. I don't know who they're talking about, who brought these players through. Oh, Dario Gradi, who was a paedophile, the Crew Alexander guy. So they're going to promote him, of course. Dario Gradi, look into him. And the guy who used to work with him. Crew Alexander had the best youth setup for many years, Crew Alexander. Yeah, Dean Ashton did come through there. Then he went to Norwich, didn't he? Then he dyed his hair blonde because he probably was under MK Ultra. Or it probably tells people that he's a woman. I don't know what the blonde hair is, but when you type in blonde hair, it gives you 56, baby, when you type in blonde hair. Now, I'm just done with this bullshit. Control the controllables, yeah. Nah, just... I'm Mick... My name's Mick McCarthy. Mick McCarthy, eh? Hey, Mick McCarthy, I got in a fight with Roy Keane in a massive Masonic freaking ritual. So Roy Keane wouldn't play for me in World Cup because he didn't like training facilities. And I'm so pissed off because I don't have my Yorkshire tea right now. Shut up, McCarthy, you big-nosed white-head prick. You can get that on the floor as well. This is really relaxing, guys, man. Wait, I just turned to page 144, like Jesuit order, and I was born on the 14th of April, like my dad. It's about Mick McCarthy again. Wolves lost 2-1 here. Look, this is Mick McCarthy speaking here. I'm going to do his accent again. I think I'm pretty good with Mick McCarthy. If you don't know who he is, Google him. You'll appreciate this. Okay. While the need to move forward is paramount, leaders give more or less vent to their emotions depending on their character. Character, guys, they all have characters. Depending on their character and the circumstances. Mick McCarthy, my mate Coobs is going to like this. Mick McCarthy is not prone to shouting in the dressing room, but admits from time to time emotion carries him away. This is Mick McCarthy, a quote from Mick McCarthy. Here we go.
I did it twice in my last year at Wolves. Once was at Manchester United when we lost 2-1 in the 93rd minute. That's very rare, isn't it, guys? Somebody losing in the 93rd minute at Old Trafford. That's never happened before. Fergie time. We had the ball and all we had to do was take the draw. Don't try and win the game. Just take the ball to the corner and keep it there. Job done at Old Trafford. Valuable point. We come on the inside, give a bad pass, concede and we lose. I was mental. I threw stuff around, I booted stuff. I was very close to lamping the bloke who gave me the goal away, but I didn't. Well done, McCarthy, for not lamping somebody, which means punching somebody and knocking them out. Again, so he lost 2-1 against United in the 93rd minute. His team had the ball and gave it away because they wanted to go for the win. Shouldn't you go for the win? You know what I mean? If you actually have any balls about you, if you're drawing and you got possession of the ball, go for the win. Oh, I want to get a valuable point in Manchester. No, go for the 3, you wimp, little bitch. I would never go for the point when I've coached. I would go, let's go. We can do this. We can win this. Or if you generally did want to go for the point, and that's how it works in these rigged leagues, can these players not keep possession for 1 minute? Do they not keep the ball for 1 minute? And they're not good enough to keep possession of the freaking ball for 1 minute when they get 10 yards of space every time? Fucking pricks. If you bet against Milwaukee Bucks, well, I said the Nuggets would beat the Bucks yesterday. They did. We beat them by 36 points. Talk about football like it's Thomas the Tank Engine. My damn Rams, I'm just sad. They're not your Rams, mate. Don't fall for that. Social construct. Just because you were born in LA doesn't mean you have to be connected to the franchise there. That's all a control tool. What else we got? Who else they're talking about in this book? Oh, not Aaron Rodgers. Not Aaron Rodgers. Not Aaron Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers. I can't do the Irish accent. It's from Northern Ireland, isn't he? I can't do that. But he always talks about his players being. What's the Irish accent? I have to do my Brad Pitt from Snatch. I can't do this accent. Okay, wait. Let me get it up. The caravan, have a little drink. So, okay, Brendan Rodgers. Oh, my players are so beautiful souls, beautiful human beings, every single one of them. No, the satanic sons of bitches, every single one of them, and the Freemasons, mate. Do you think academy football matches are rigged? No, I played academy. They're not rigged at all. It's organic. It doesn't mean anything. There's no money on them. Most people don't give a shit unless you're the parent or the coach. No, academy, no. Under 23 league, maybe. Maybe the under 23 league, the under 21s and all that, maybe. Not at the academy level, no. Who else we got? Oh. PSG got knocked out by Nice, did they? It's probably because Nice just played with their heart on their sleeve. And PSG underestimated their opponents. It happens, guys, in football. It's nothing to do with it being a ritual. That was a nice win for Nice. Paris Saint-Germain. Mason Greenwood makes his debut against Paris Saint-Germain in a 3-1 win. He now wears the 11 jersey, 31 the 11th prime, birthed the 11 weeks before the Popes. Again, young lad, 17 I think he was. You don't bring him on in a game with 5 minutes left where you needed to hold on for the victory. And people say, no, it's a great decision. It showed confidence in the young player. That's how he's going to grow. Bullshit. It was all by the numbers. Simple as that. UFC matches rigged, yes. If magic's involved, yes. Did I get punched in the face? Yes. Are the results predetermined? I believe so, yes. And again, the gematria backs it up. So yeah, they do get punched. Boxing's probably easier to rig than UFC, because to be fair, in UFC, it's so physical and there's so many different ways of knocking somebody out or making them submit. Whereas boxing, you just basically knock them out. Boxing's really easy. I think it's one of the easiest sports to rig. UFC, probably a bit more difficult. But UFC, they're all characters. Conor McGregor's a character. Diaz was a character. They're all characters. It's all a show. Everything's a show. That's why they had Mayweather against Hatton. Shouldn't the best boxer supposedly of all time knock out Mayweather in the first minute of the first round if it was legit and not go 12 rounds, whatever it was? Get yourself on Britain's Got Talent with them. Nah, my impression's not that good. I used to be pretty good at them. So funny, I had a friend and I literally said Shahizlan Manizel in Snoop's voice and he would cry in laughter. I would literally go, Shahizlan Manizel, Wezel, and he would cry in laughter. He said, can you say it again? I was like, mate, I've said it like 8 times now. No. He's like, come on, one more time. I'm like, okay, Shahizlan Manizel, Dezel. You, mate, look at you, Liam, when I say the word water, you piss your pants. Who else we got? Mourinho. Mourinho arrived in England in 2004. Remember when he coached Porto, guys? He coached Porto to the Champions League. And then he did that knee slide at Old Trafford, and then he goes on to coach them. It's just such bullshit. And of course, they had to give him 3 trophies when he went there. I think he's the only guy to win a trophy with United since the beloved Sir Alex Legend left the club. In his last game, finished 5-5. Fergus. Like 55. Big Satan. Paul Gascoigne, the guy who dyed his hair blonde as well. Like Phil Foden. He's talking here about how Rooney got sent off for kicking Ronaldo. Staged. They had the 2 Man United players and then Ronaldo winks at him. You don't think that was staged to get a reaction? Or when Beckham got sent off for flicking Simeone, who's now the Atletico Madrid manager, and then Beckham signed for Real Madrid. You not see the stories, guys? You not see this? Doesn't need gematria. Gematria is just a tool. It's the cream on the strawberry, baby. It's the cream on the strawberry. Who's got the Ballon d'Or here? Eric Cantona, the Jesuit who became an actor. Like Vinnie Jones, who was my coach at Hollywood. He was my coach for 1.5 years, 2 years. Vinnie Jones. He played in the Premier League. He grabbed Gascoigne by the bollocks. He seemed like a good guy, but he's clearly a Mason. Played in the Premier League. He went to Hollywood. It's going to take me ages to pick up these pieces of paper, guys. Do you think professional football was organic once? No, not since the Football Association. Maybe before that. Since the FA, no. Since the FA was founded. Let me find out when the FA was founded. Since then, no. When was the FA founded? Oh my God, 1026, like 126, guys. It was founded 1026, 1863. Exactly 100 years before JFK died. Chairperson, Peter McCormick. So the FA was founded in London like Freemasonry was. So I will probably say before 1863 when people were playing football, it was legit. Okay. I'm going to put this in the chat. What time is it? Shit. Okay. This is what it says. Shit, it's too long. Wait a second. I'll send it as 2. I'll send it as 2 messages. 1 sec. Okay. Cheeky cuts. That's the first part of it about the Freemasons. That's the second part. Football, Freemason Arms. The Freemason Arms is a lasting tribute to the founders of the FA. The pioneers of soccer met at the original Freemasons pub over 6 evenings in the autumn of 1863 to thrash out the laws of a game now played in more than 200 countries. What is it, 201? 201 countries. Evan, I did a video about Leicester. I had them to win the FA Cup from the 4th round. I think I had them to win it. You should check it out if you already haven't. But mate, six evenings these Masons discussed setting up the FA. Harry Kane, who was the top goal scorer in the last World Cup? Harry Kane. How many goals did he score? 6. How many penalties did he score? I don't know. Probably 3. Who's the leading scorer in 1990 World Cup? Your boy, Gary Lineker. Big ears. Mason, like his brother. How many goals did Lineker score? 6. He scored 6. Basically, same player as Harry Kane. Overrated, dog shit. Score penalties and tap-ins and the odd occasional decent goal. Roy Hodgson, who looks like an owl. He's in this book. How old is Roy Hodgson now? Like 950? I think he's retired now. Okay. Bayern Munich, one of the most successful teams in our history, based in Bavaria, where the Illuminati was founded. That's just a coincidence, isn't it? It's just a coincidence. Martin Jol, do you remember that fat-headed guy for Spurs? Martin Jol. Martin Jol. He looked like Shrek. You might not remember him. Howard Wilkinson looked like a vampire. All right, I'm done with this. Hodgson's back, is he? Is he? I thought Ranieri was coaching at Watford. I don't keep up anymore, guys, with the Premier League. Wasn't Ranieri the Watford coach, or did he not last very long? The guy who won the Premier League with Leicester by 10 points when they were the third favourites to get relegated, and they were 5,000 to 1 to win the league. But what a beautiful story. Again, look for that word. I'm going to go in about 10 minutes. Listen out for these commentators and pundits saying, what a beautiful story. Let's discuss the storylines from the games. Listen to these key words where they're telling you it's a story. You couldn't have written a better script. Listen to it now and stop laughing at it. I used to laugh at it and go, oh my God, did you hear him again? Couldn't have scripted it any better. It's so funny. No, it's not funny now. It's mockery. And it should piss you off, to be honest. It should annoy you at this point. It's no longer funny. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. It's like if somebody farts the first time, it's pretty funny. You laugh. Most people laugh when somebody farts. They fart again, okay, it's still pretty funny. Third time, maybe a little bit funny. If you're going to keep farting to the point where I can smell shit, it's not funny anymore. Stop farting. I'll get the fuck out of my house. Okay? That's how it is now with the mockery. It's kind of funny at the beginning, and then eventually it's like, you need to stop now because you're pissing me off. Okay, did you see number 99? Yeah, I did. Number 99 ran to number 9. Number 99, Donald, ran to number 9, Stafford. Like 999, which is an upside down 666. 999, the emergency dialing code. In the UK, Man United win the Champions League. 1999, the Red Devils, flip those 9, 666. It's all there. It's all in your face. My phone's going crazy, guys. Celtics game, what would you bet on? People, this is tough, guys. People are always sending me messages asking for my advice. There's only so many minutes in a day where I can help people. Got to make your own choices, guys. I feel like people ask for advice and you give them it, and then if it doesn't hit, they've got somebody to blame. I think that's usually why people actually ask for advice with betting. Oh, you told me to put this amount of money on this team. Yeah, but you did it, mate. So I don't mind if to ask, how much money should I put on this? Whatever you can afford. However much you like the code. Don't put all that pressure on me. It's your freaking money. Played in the Theatre of Dreams and the Stadium of Light. Nice. Roy Keane coached for Sunderland, didn't he? At the Stadium of Light, and he was the captain for Man United. It's disgusting. If you're talking about my story about the farts, which I thought was a pretty good example of enough is enough. 1 fart is fine. 20 farts, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny. Stop. You stink. Take a shower. Get the fuck out of my house. Argentina win the World Cup. They have a great chance. I think England win the World Cup 56 years after they last won it. The year of Super Bowl 56. And a million other things why I like England. A million other things. I've said, put your money on England or Argentina. If one of them don't win, I'll be shocked. And again, if I don't know, if one of them doesn't win, I really don't care if people come to my page and say, you said this was going to happen. You don't know what you're talking about. I'll say, okay, fine. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have a clue. Reece Mason. Oh, yeah, the Mason, Ryan Mason, who supposedly got a fractured skull. Never happened. And now then he coaches for Spurs. Probably a ritual for him to get a coaching job. Do you know how hard it is to get a coaching job in the top flight? They keep it between about 20 different people who just keep flipping from one club to the other. So Mason probably sacrificed his career so he could coach because you have a more longevity as a coach than a player. The average player probably plays maximum 15 years, max, then they're done. But as a coach, you can coach till you're fucking 90, like Hodgson, whatever he is. Surprised he's still alive, that guy. Who's winning the Stanley Cup? Not looked into hockey, Agent D. I'm not sure about that name, Agent. I've not looked into hockey. I will, but I haven't focused on hockey that much this year. Who do you think will win the Prem this season? I have to say Man City, but that's not any intelligence. Like, if Man City don't win the league, I'll be excited because what a video it's going to be. Man City have to win the league. They're 12 points clear, 15. They've got to win the league. Is the Premier League back this weekend? Because I was killing it until this break. Could see Brazil win. I don't think so. Neymar said it's going to be his last ever World Cup. Bojo's speech. Wait. Boris Johnson's speech is at 3:30. Come on. Yeah, Sean, it was disrespectful with the Farden. It was. Enough's enough. And enough's enough now with these Masons. They've screwed us for so long. The Masons are pretty funny, though. They are pretty funny. Like, they've mocked us in so many ways now, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, the Masons, they wrote all the jokes for Bart Simpson. You know, when he calls Most Tavern, it's like, can I speak to Mr. IP freely? And all the funny things that they do, bend over and all of that. It's the Masons writing those jokes. They do have a weird sense of humor, but they're sick in the head. Agent D, Caps might win Stanley Cup. 47th season, good spot. But you're going to need more than that. You can't just have one thing like that and think it's a lock. So you found a 47. See if you can find any major connections with 47 for them to win. You can't just have a 47 and think that's it. Not be surprised if Coutinho scores a last-minute goal. He came on against United, didn't he? And got an assist and a goal, I think. The ex-Liverpool player. Simpsons predicted Neymar. Yeah, he did. Homer Simpson was the coach, the referee, actually. And he refused to give a penalty to Neymar. So Lisa Simpson said he dived. Lisa Simpson, who played the role of Hillary Clinton in The Simpsons up against Trump. Well, she didn't play the role of Hillary Clinton. She looked like her and dressed like her. She just played the role of a woman. And then a few years later, Hillary Clinton is up against Trump. Watch out for that one. Like, yeah, if that happens with Neymar, then it's just so blatant. Stephen Jackson and George Floyd. Yeah, Stephen Jackson is George Floyd, who played in the NBA. And I said it on the first day, and I've said this multiple times now. I said that wasn't George Floyd, that was Steve Jackson who played in the NBA. People laughed at me. The day after, there was articles saying Stephen Jackson and George Floyd were like brothers. They were best friends growing up. It's like, okay, so I got it. I knew it. And then George Floyd's funeral, 6'6" guy is put in a coffin that looks like it wouldn't fit blimmin' a Humpa Lumpa in. It was tiny, the coffin. George Floyd was huge. Again, just mocking us. Floyd Mayweather played for George Floyd's funeral. The regular person couldn't go to a funeral for their loved ones who died. But George Floyd got a massive funeral with celebrities there and a big performance, and people weren't wearing masks. And the average person couldn't visit their grandparents in a nursing home. Do you not know how sick that is? Do you not know why I have this passion to reveal this for stuff like that? So I've got lots of friends who didn't get to see their grandparents before they died. And if these things work here, then why couldn't they have gone in and said their last goodbyes or whatever? It's truly satanic, guys. It's sickening. It's depopulation as well. They get a thrill out of people dying, whereas we get sad at it. We get sad. No, I've not looked at David Ames murder. I've never heard of him. Masons have such a massive reach in England. It's crazy. Almost all, if not every single town. Yeah, they all have Freemasonic lodges, houses. Somebody burnt, in France, they burnt a Freemasonic building down, didn't they? A Freemason building. They burnt it to the ground. I don't know who did that, but the fact that it was on the news, anything on the news, guys, I don't believe. It's like, what? Would they actually burn down their own building? I don't know. I don't just trust anything that they show. Babylon Dawn is a trap. Maybe. What's your opinion on the Madeleine McCann case? Masonic family. MM, Madeleine McCann, MM, like 33. Turn the M sideways, 33. Never got kidnapped. Just to make people feel more scared in this world because they want to keep us on a low frequency. I do not believe that Madeleine McCann was kidnapped at all. It was all a show and all a distraction, all over the media. And if it's all over the media, they want it to be all over the media because it's a distraction tool. Okay, so screw Madeleine McCann, screw her family who brought out books and TV shows about losing their daughter. All a show. All a show. Do you think that the good human race will have any chance for the future? No, we're not doomed. Yes, we have room for optimism. Absolutely. Yes, I think these Masons are desperate now. I think their empire's collapsing. And I believe if we rise, there's a good chance that we can destroy the system, but actually create our own and not a new world order or one world government. It's on us, guys. We're powerful beings. And if we unite, it's their biggest fear. Truth and unity are their biggest fears. And it's obvious why. Because the truth is powerful. Unity is powerful. And it overcomes deception. But whilst they keep us divided, the truth stays hidden. The lies get accepted. And they maintain their foothold on this universe that they've had for at least a couple of centuries. I don't know about before that. King versus Knicks. I have an incredible decode for the Kings. The only worry is the price. The smartest bet is the spread, +7. But my decode for the Kings is phenomenal. It might miss, but it's well worth a bet at +215, whatever they are now. So I would say I have a little bet on the Kings. And if it misses, it misses. I don't know why the Knicks are such big favourites when they're a very mediocre team. Same Bible, they will not succeed. Just they're collapsing. They're on the way down. And they're trying to take people down. I've said this before. It's like these drug dealers, the cartel, they know they're about to die, so they'll just shoot because they know they're going. They want to take people down with them. And I feel like that's what's going on with these people. They're going down. And they have to keep doing what they're doing with the rituals. And they're probably working in overtime for the rituals. And it's because they're so desperate, it's becoming so obvious. It's like you can always smell a desperate person. You can smell a desperate person. It becomes so obvious. Whether like that's a girl can sense if you're desperate. A girl can sense if you're cool and you're chilled, and they're like that. They don't like a desperate guy. And these people are getting desperate. And people like me exposing them, it's not good for them. Little old Adam exposing them, yes, whatever. I'm a nobody in regards to having a big platform, but I'm a powerful person. Imagine they put me on Rogan. I'd have millions of subs. I'd have millions of subs because I speak more truth and more fact and more knowledge than half of the little pricks that go on his show. The Capitals play in Washington, D.C. and were founded in 1974. 74 and 47, he stamped all over D.C. A few years ago. They won it. Brilliant, Evan. D.C. gets you 47 in gematria as well. And interesting, the Milwaukee Bucks last won the NBA in 1974 and won it again 47 years later on the 201st day of the year, like the Jesuit order. Nothing will happen in our lifetime, but I believe we will have a better afterlife than them. I like that. Every holy book talks about reincarnation and afterlife. So even Ricky Gervais had a TV show called Afterlife. Ricky Gervais is obviously one of them, but he's funny. I do like him. He's funny. And so is that, what's his name? The bald guy. Oh, I forgot his name. I don't like that Stephen Merchant, that big lanky prick with the glasses. I don't think he's funny. What's he called? The bald guy who's like the idiot abroad guy. He makes me laugh. Carl Pilkington, is it? He makes me laugh. So, yes, to have that level of success like Ricky Gervais, you are one of them, but they're still kind of funny, aren't they? Got to laugh in this world. The mantra allows for a hex to be reversed, and their hexes are now brilliant. Wow, Jane Doe. Nice name. It's collapsing like Jenga, guys. They're collapsing like Jenga or deck of cards. So we'll see what happens. Just enjoy the show. Don't be scared. Somebody's asked me, how would you alleviate fear? By trusting the universe, DWG. Trust in the universe, not taking too many things serious. Don't watch the mainstream media. Do things that bring you joy. Help other people. Realize the word fear, like I said, means for everything a reason. Realize that there's something way bigger and better than this life we're living right now. I'm not promoting suicide. Life's beautiful. But this isn't it. Fear of death. Don't fear death. You never die. You're an eternal being. You will never die. You'll probably ascend somewhere else, or maybe you'll stay here. Like a video game, you're not ready to move to the next level yet. You might even go down, like in football. You might go down a division because you're not ready for even this level yet. I don't know. Cal Pilkington, yeah. Did you see the 49ers defense deliberately allow the Rams to literally what? Yeah, it's beyond a joke. And the fact is, if the plays don't go to plan, they throw in a flag. So you can throw in a flag for anything. You literally roughing the passer, holding's the worst one. Holding, what, you're not allowed to touch them. People's role in the team is to literally hold a player off so the quarterback has space. Holding, defense, 10-yard penalty, first down. Like, what? And I've said this before now multiple times. There's always big plays on the third down to take your energy. That's by intention, that. So they go for 2 yards and they get 2 yards. It's 3rd and 6. You're like, okay, we're going to stop them. Throws an 18-yard pass. And then the quarterback's like, go, let's go. Same shit, man. I bet they get trained. All right, today, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, and Mahomes, you're going to work on this for the next 30 minutes. Go. Let's go. Like, that's what they do when they're running up, when there's not long left on the clock and they've just made a big pass. Same shit with all of them. Actors. The actors, guys. And the shit ones when you see through it. I said I'd do 10 minutes. I need a drink, guys. I'm struggling here. I need to pick up all this paper. Oh my goodness. I can't even see my floor, guys. Can't even see my floor with all the paper from that book. NFL is just ladies rugby, yes. That's why they wear protection. They may as well wear condoms, these NFL players. They'll be even more safe. These NFL players probably wear 4 condoms when they have sex. I've got respect for rugby players, though. I've said that before. Those guys are athletes and animals, and I've got respect for rugby players. There's not much money in rugby either. Even the top rugby players, they don't make much money. It is about the love of the game for rugby players. Yeah, I'm going to go in a minute. I'm going to have some water. It's so clear that they allowed time after time. I think the Mahomes sack, his final sack of the game, he had about 15, 20 seconds with nobody near him, and he just stopped, and then 3 guys sacked him. Like, literally, I think I counted 15 seconds he had it. This is like the best quarterback in the league, they try and tell us. And he just waited to get sacked. What is this? They could have won the game easily. But then they get a 44-yard field goal when they had a 44-yard touchdown to start the game. And they were up 21-3. That was teasing people. That made me think the Chiefs. 44-yard touchdown to start the game. They went up 21-3. Super Bowl is on 2-1-3 on the 44th day of the year. And they tied the game with a 44-yard field goal. That was screaming Chiefs to me in play. And I'm usually great in play. But I think they're even making that even harder now. Apparently, the UK truckers are coming out on Wednesday. Hopefully, everyone will come out. I think the trucker thing is a ritual. If you look into the Illuminati board game, there's a card talking about this with the trucks and the lorries, unfortunately. They're just playing out this Illuminati. If you haven't looked into the Illuminati card game, sorry. I think it's a board game and a card game. Look into the Illuminati card game. They're fulfilling the cards. Look into it. It's going to blow your mind if you've never heard of it. Have you heard of Chris and Dom at Sheep Farm Studios? Truly Awake and done some great podcast jokes. I know Dom. Is it Dom Newton? Is it Dom Newton? Have glasses. From Baildon. If it's him, yeah.
If it's not him, no, never heard of him. Not fear of the mainstream. Let's say you're scared of an animal after traumatic experience. How would you alleviate that fear? You overcome fear through experience. So I would go back up to that dog and make sure, and then create a positive experience with it. Because your mind only remembers the most recent thing. That's why when I was a teacher, if I gave out constructive feedback, I would always end with a positive. It's called the sandwich effect. I thought that your work was excellent, but I think you could have added more alliteration into it. But overall, you did a cracking job. So if I was you, if you had a negative experience, like a dog's bit you and you're scared of dogs now, then approach your dog. If it bites you again, then okay, it's going to be really difficult to overcome the fear. But approach your dog, stroke it. Have a positive experience with the dog. And then your mind will be like, okay, dogs are not that bad now. So that's my advice. Every number has a meaning, yes. I'm still trying to figure out what they all mean. I just know there's certain numbers that are significantly overused in connection with the occult, with the Society of Jesus. The same numbers repeat. That's why I can predict things, because they repeat these numbers. I don't truly know what they mean and why they're important. Hopefully one day I will. Adidas is a pyramid sign. Yeah, I've got it here. But again, guys, I got this Adidas shirt years ago. Like, I didn't question a logo years ago, guys. I'm not going to throw out all my clothes unless you want to buy me some new ones. I'll still probably wear Nike or Adidas, unfortunately. I don't know what else I would buy. They're all owned by the same people anyway. If I got New Balance, if I got Under Armour, what else? The other brands, Reebok, which Ryan Giggs wore. He had a contract with Reebok, which I think sponsors UFC now, and Conor McGregor. Yeah, the Illuminati card game tells you everything. Yes, most people have never heard of it. Rents ruler. What's the importance of the numbers 149 and 50? 149 is the 35th prime. JFK was born on the 149th day of the year. He was the 35th president. And like I said, 149 is the 35th prime. Skull and Bones is 149. The word Catholics, 35. JFK was the first Catholic president for the United States. All by the numbers. Catholics, 46. He died at age 46. Biden, the second Catholic president, the 46th president. It's there with the knowledge. You put it all together. It takes a lot of hard work. And you've got to accept headaches. I have a really bad headache now. A really bad headache, guys. My throat's going. Cheers for your time. Zisalt. It's a nice name. My pleasure. And Austria, take care. Your knowledge is much wider than I thought. Well, and more people are watching my videos from different parts of the world, which is great. But again, countries is a social construct. We're all part of the universe, guys. Yes, you live in Austria, but who gave it that title? You live in the universe, mate, and you're here for a reason. You're not Austrian. You are a spirit living within this realm. You're not Austrian. Like, I'm not English, even though I technically am according to the papers that I own. Looks like corrupt Scotland Yard will help Boris to get away. Yeah, they'll get away. Guys, the Jesuits and Masons own the justice system, the so-called justice system. You think they're going to get arrested? Come on. Let's not compare these people with us. Got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that. Stop comparing us with them. They're not going to get sent to jail. Or if they get fined, do you really think they pay the fine? This player was fined $400,000 for saying this. Did he get fined though? Did he? Or did a piece of paper tell you he got fined? Do you think Rashford's form will be back? Did he ever have form? I think he's a mediocre footballer. When's he ever got like 30 goals a season, Rashford? He's mediocre. He's shit. Marcus Rashford. He has a couple of games where he scores important goals. Other than that, if you watch him live, he's dog shit. So will his form ever come back? Has he ever been on form, that guy? I don't think so. Never been consistent. My pleasure, LG. Tennessee here. Tennessee, nice. Were you sad when the Titans got beat by the Bengals, losing by 3 points? I have a friend called Dean Ward who I coached with in LA. He went to go coach for Tennessee, the college. I think it's supposedly a really good college. Stream your face, Adam. It helps get rid of whatever it is. Stream your face. What do you mean, stream my face? Stream your face, Adam. It helps get rid of whatever it is.
Steam. Oh, Steam. I thought you said stream. I was like, how the fuck do I stream my face? Steam. All right, maybe I'll put my face up against the kettle. So my throat is screwed. It's been screwed now for months, like really bad. I struggle, man, with this throat, and I've never had issues with my throat before. Don't know what's going on. Rashford is a good dinner lady, yeah. Yeah. He'd still probably miss the plate. Like he misses 2-yard strikes. He'd probably miss the plate, put your food on the floor or something. Rashford's dog shit. He's ass, and he's a Mason. And he's another one who just suddenly got loads of tattoos. No, bro, I don't put any emotions in this fake stuff. Good. Good lad, Road Dougie. Is this the end of MUFC dominance? Well, it has been for what, 20 years now? They've not dominated. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool have dominated the last 20 years. Man United have done nothing. They had 20 years of dominance under Fergie because it was all magic. Fergie's a wizard. I think Ferguson's a wizard. And as soon as he left, they can't win anything other than a few trophies with Mourinho. They've not won the league since. I don't even think they've come close, have they? I think one season they came second. Rashford, stick to dinner lady job. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Road Doggy. Reminds me of Road Dog Jesse James in WWE, part of D-Generation X. D-Generation X. They did the Freemason thing. Do you remember D-Generation X? I remember doing that as a kid. CM Punk does that as well. It's Freemasons, guys. It's the Skull and Bones there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo. It's the Skull and Bones, the Pirates. I didn't know all this shit until now. Got to do 2 more minutes. I'm struggling, guys, here. Proof the wide open pass. Proof the wide open pass. The tight end dropped on the Rams. The defenders went out. Yeah, I know. But is somebody controlling these players? I feel like they're being controlled, like a video game. Tennessee here too. Laugh a lot. I wanted the Titans to win, but kind of glad we lost. My friends are obsessed. Yeah, well, I hope, Patrick, do me a favor and share these videos with your friends. At least one of them is going to wake up. At least one of them. Most of them are going to laugh at my work, but one of them might wake up, and then you might find a connection with that one person. And maybe between 2 of you can wake another person up. Are African Cup of Nations results being controlled? Yes. Watch my video about the African Cup of Nations when all 4 games finished 1-0 on the 10th. 1-0, like 10. All games finished 1-0 on the 10th. Yes, completely. Wrestling is all occultic ritual. Yes. Roman Reigns, the big dog, the chief, the commander-in-chief, which is what they call Biden. Biden's going to die soon, by the way. Or at least the character of him or one of his clones. I think he's got 666 clones, Biden. Please make a video on Ready Player One. Don't know much about it, mate. I'd have to look into it. Brock Lesnar's logo is IHS son. It is. Brock Lesnar's the Beast Incarnate as well. His nickname's the Beast Incarnate. The Beast, like Mark of the Beast, number of the Beast, 666. And he's the champion, or he was. Did he just get beat by Bobby Lashley? The Destroyer? Yeah. Guys, I'm going to have to go. I'm sorry. My back is chronic pain. I'm playing football later. I have to teach a girl English. I should probably make myself a cheeky little smoothie. Got banana, raspberry, strawberry. Maybe throw a few grapes in there. Smoothies always make me feel better, guys. Will Rooney's managerial career take off? Yes. He got linked with the Everton job, even though he's a shit coach. He got linked with Everton, Masonic club, where he scored on his debut at 16 against Arsenal. Don't know how they did it, because his goal was a great goal. It went on the underside of the crossbar. Don't know how he can plan that perfectly if there's no magic involved. I don't know. Cody Rhodes, yeah, Ted DiBiase, yeah, the legacy, because you had Cody Rhodes' dad, Dusty Rhodes, and I think Ted DiBiase's dad was $1 Million Man. Yeah, I do remember them. I know a lot of stuff about wrestling. I used to like Razor Ramon. He was like, hey, Chico. Like, I used to love him. He was a character. And then he went through rituals of being an alcoholic and a druggie and all of that. And a lot of them die young, don't they? And they always tell you it's steroids or alcohol abuse. No, they get taken out by the occult. Because wrestling is the occult. And AEW, WWE,
Impact Wrestling, guys, it's the same occultists that run it. They're all on the same team. Try and tell you WWE and AEW are competitors. They're not. That's why all the WWE stars go there, like Dean Ambrose and who else went? Daniel Bryan. They're on the same team. They worship Satan. Vince McMahon is one of the biggest Satanists in the entire planet. Thank you, Fat Henry UK. I love that name. Cheers, Andy Pandy, 33. Blueberries. Yeah, I've got blueberries, blackberries, strawberries right now, grapes. I went shopping today. Got bananas. I'll make a nice smoothie. And I'll maybe do a bit of yoga. I bought myself a yoga mat today. When I say yoga, I might just stretch my body out. It's very important to stretch, guys, especially when you get older, man. It's important to look after your flexibility. Did you see Bailey missed his pen? No, I don't watch any games anymore. Is that Bailey for Man United? The centre half, who's an absolute arse footballer. Really terrible footballer, that Bailey, however you pronounce his name, is shit. He's erratic, can't control the ball, always fouls people, can't control his speed. But hey, he's got an 8-pack and he's fast, so I'm going to believe that he's a footballer. Nadal and Djokovic, like Messi and Ronaldo, nobody else will win as long as they play tennis. Yeah. Well, you get a few. That Greek guy's won a few titles. Medvedev, the Russian, he's won a few. But in general, I know what you're talking about. Last time Ajax had 6-6 record on the group stage. Yeah, Ajax have an amazing riddle to win. I've posted it on Patreon. Ajax have an amazing riddle to win the Champions League. I got a little bet on them at 20-1, like 201, just a small one. Bayern Munich's my favourite team to win it. But Ajax look amazing. And I've said the Ajax coach is going to coach Man United next season. So it would make sense if Ajax have an amazing run in Europe to get that role to justify him going there. Then maybe United will come good again and they'll sign Haaland or something. Although I think he'll go to Barcelona. But I could be wrong. For the people who still think I should know everything, then get a life. I wouldn't want to know everything. I kind of like guessing. Well, not guessing. I take educated guesses. Chris Jericho, Walter Jericho is very biblical. Yes, Seth Rollins, they call him the Messiah. Like Jesus. And he looks like Jesus, or at least the Jesus they portray, because Jesus, in my opinion, was black with grey hair, not a beautifully tanned guy with a beautiful beard and beautiful hair. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff with wrestling, biblical references. The Brothers of Destruction, Cain and the Undertaker. The Brothers of Destruction, Cain, like Cain and Abel. The Sons of Eve. It's all there. It's all there, guys. Eli, watch my hero badges. We don't need no badges. I think that people don't get about handling sports as a gatekeeper is that in order to make it look real, they have to generally script it based on who's playing. Yeah, for sure. You've got to have stars and just give the ball to the stars. The others are just like cogs in the machine. You have Ajax at 66-1. Great call. 66. That's hilarious. Yeah, they have a really good decode. Put it this way, I'm going to get on them to qualify every round till they get knocked out. And if they get knocked out, they get knocked out. But I'm going to get on them to qualify every round. Oh, my God, man. My back, guys, what's up with me? Do all players know of the rigging? No, absolutely not. It would have all been revealed by now. No, they don't. They don't. Or at least I don't think they do. And I've had professionals. I've been friends with professionals. They don't have a clue. There's an organic element that's been infiltrated. Like pretty much everything in the universe is organic that's been infiltrated by these people. Yes, Dr. Steve James is a Mason and controlled opposition. Mandates aren't law, and he wasn't saying that V don't exist and that all vaccines are, what, read the comments, guys, is just an actor playing his part. Yeah, they're all actors playing the role. Anyone with a mainstream following is an actor playing the role in the Matrix or whatever it is. I don't think this world was originally a Matrix. I think it's become one through the social constructs that we've agreed upon. I don't think the universe is organically a Matrix. I think it's been turned into one through the system that we've accepted. But Jesus rode into town. Yeah, and for some reason, the Masons are really racist as well.
They're really racist for whatever reason. It's probably because Jesus was black, because they hate Jesus. So they hate black people. Even though black people are amazing, incredibly talented. They're the best athletes, best dancers that I know, the best singers that I know, the funniest people I know. I don't like to talk about color, but African Americans or black people, black color skin, whatever, they're the most talented people I know in general. I always have an amazing time with them. And the media portray black people as just these gangsters who smoke marijuana, who just listen to rap, who've got no intellect. It's disgusting because they're gifted. We're all gifted, whatever the color of our skin. Wrestling is full of both biblical and satanic sayings. They mock the Bible and praise their dark lord. Yeah, they do. They do. But you've got to ask yourself, why do they hate Jesus so much if Jesus didn't exist? That's why I like, okay, maybe Jesus is real. They hate him. They hate the Lord. They hate God. They hate it. Why? Why do they worship Lucifer if Lucifer doesn't exist? Why? I know they worship Saturn. Saturn is their god as well, which sounds like Satan. Also, I believe Napoli or Dortmund. Napoli have an amazing riddle, but do you think they're going to get past Barcelona? If they beat Barcelona, Napoli will win the Europa League. I had Villarreal last year. I won a ton of money off that. I decoded why they would win it right early in the tournament, and they beat Man United on penalties 11-10, like 1-1-1. All right, guys. Haaland was a beast last year, along with Mbappe. Mbappe's a woman, by the way. Haaland had a fake injury, possibly just for Dortmund to be... Yeah, very possible. Theodoris, I'm guessing you're from Greece. Haaland, okay, no, you've repeated that. I've got Napoli before they play Barca. Yeah, because if you get on Napoli after, the odds are going to drop significantly. But you know you can get on Napoli plus 200 or something to qualify, I think. Just to qualify against Barca. That might be worth a little dabble. Barca do have a really strong middle to win it, but I don't know if they're going to let Xavi win in his first season. Might be too obvious. But they do make things obvious, don't they? Also, let Manolas to leave. No Greek players won a major trophy. Theodoris, I'd love to know your opinion on Greece winning the Euros when you had a dog shit team. You had a very dog shit team and you won the Euros and you beat Ronaldo in the final. Again, if that happened now, if Greece won the Euros now, way more people would be questioning it than back then. People are like, what a story. What an amazing journey for Greece. They kept winning 1-0. Greece now, coronavirus, all the variants are named after the Greek alphabet. Prince Philip, who died, born in Greece, was exalted. Went to England when he was like a young child. Greenwood is a woman. Very possible, mate. I think they all are at that level. It's just hard to process. It took me a long time to accept that. But there's some sort of, I don't know, tablets or something's getting pumped into them where you can't tell the difference. A lot of people are like, what do you mean this guy's a girl or a guy? Like, no way, absolutely no way. Like, how can they have legs like that or a six-pack or how they have cheekbones like that? I don't know. But they're inverts. I don't know how they're doing it. Lie Minister, that's funny. The Lie Minister, that's so funny. Somebody called him the Crime Minister, which made me laugh. Crime Minister, I think it was Manny. He called him the Crime Minister, and now you call him the Lie Minister. See, I love a play on words like that. Somebody told me to write a song about the government, patronizing them about how much they care about us. I might do that. I think I could make that pretty funny. Finals in Sevilla, and they can go 7-0. Who's that? Who can go 7-0? Maybe he is. He did say he wanted to come back as a deadly virus. Revelation chapter 18. He did say that. Omicron, like moronic. And then if you got it in reverse, it's some sort of god. I forgot what it is. Sevilla won 3 Europa Leagues in a row, didn't they? When Real Madrid won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. That would have got me now. I'd be like, wait, a team just won 3 Champions Leagues in a row? 3? I don't know. I put 2 fingers up. 3 with Zidane. Zidane must be an enormous Mason Jesuit for his success. World Cup, Euros, dominated Serie A, Champions League, La Liga, Zidane, man, he must be some high-ranked Jesuit, man. Yes, he was amazing. One of the greatest players I've ever seen. But was it him or was it a demon within him? Probably a demon, some of the shit that Zidane could do with the ball. Life's a game, mate. Pat Nino, life's a game. Some play it better than others. But yes, life is a game. Don't take it too seriously. Greece won the Euros to boost Olympic Games tickets selling. Very, very low quality of players. Yeah, the Greece. Yeah, I agree with you there, mate. And it was probably ritual with the Greek gods or something. And then Greece got destroyed financially, didn't it? The country got destroyed financially. There was a collapse, financial collapse. Somebody told me there was people going to the bank in Greece and you couldn't take more than 50 euros out at a time and there was a huge line. Is that true, Theodoros, or is that just the media? Like, did you have to wait in line to get money out of the bank and you could only get like 50 euros a day? Is that true? This is why I love speaking to people I don't know, like you. Let me know, Theodoros, whether that was bullshit or that was legit. You predict before. I predict all sorts of shit. I predicted loads of stuff. Competition. I had Bardi to win the Australian Open plus 450. I had Villarreal to win the Europa League. I had the Bucks to beat the Chiefs before the season began. I've called 3 or 4 golf tournaments at massive price. I've called snooker championship winners at massive prices. What other futures have I done? I had Leicester to win the FA Cup. That was a big price. I'm not going to rave on and on. It's all the same shit. You only need to hit like 4 or 5 of them a year as well. Like, you could try and decode 12 championships. If you get 5 of them, you're going to have a significant profit. You only need to hit 25% in futures. And that's really high in itself. Most people don't get 1 future a year. Did you see the ritual they had for the Hadron Collider? Nothing but satanic. I haven't, mate. I haven't. I don't really keep up to date with shit unless people send me stuff to look at. My mate's just messaging me saying he's in Glasgow. He said it's Baltic, freezing cold, but he's having a few beers. It's my brother. I want to say happy birthday to my brother Tom as well. It's his birthday today. I said I wish I was back home with him. I could have, I don't know, taken him out for dinner or something, gone for a beer with him, but I can't do that now on the other side of the world, which sucks a little bit. It's one of the, well, it is the biggest negative of living the other side of the world. But happy birthday, Tom. Love you lots, brother. He just messaged me now. All right, guys. Zico is the only player that participated in the Champions League final when he was playing for Monaco. Of course, he lost the, of course. Monaco, where Mbappe came from. And so did that little Jesuit Bernardo Silva. So did Mendy, who got accused of rape and then got let off. They all came through with Monaco, didn't they? When they had that run to the final. And did they win it or did they get beat? Maybe they got beat in the final. I can't remember. But they had a really good run, did Monaco, with Mbappe, who's a woman. Ever had a moment in a match that felt surreal yourself? I once scored 11 goals in one game. And people can back me up on that. Got 11 goals in one game. I scored a bicycle kick from outside of the box from the corner. I don't know how I did that. That was like, everything I touched went in the goal. I was like, what is this? I felt like I couldn't be touched. That was surreal. There was one time I got the ball smashed in my face. I was running really fast towards a defender. He smashed the ball at my face and I think I got a concussion. Smacked my head on the floor and then I kept playing. But if you've ever had a concussion or dizzy, when the ball came towards me, I saw like 10 balls. And because I'm so competitive, I didn't come out. The coach was like, you good? You good, Edwards? You good, Adam? I'm like, what? Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. And then about 5 minutes later, I couldn't see. They had to take me out. That was surreal. Concussion. Such an out, like, it's like you're high. Like you're so high. Like, what? You can't see shit. I remember finding and watching your video for the first time about 10 months ago, and I just want to thank you, mate. And Annie, you just gave me goosebumps, and Annie, when you said from the bottom of your heart, I can feel that. I could feel that, man. A girl hugged me the other day, and she said, "No, come there. I want to hug you the side of your heart." She wanted her head to be on. She's really small. She put her head on my heart. I was like, my God, like that's beautiful. I used to think that shit was cheesy. She says, no, I want to feel your heart. You've got a big heart. I was like, oh my goodness. I've got a big something. I'm joking. I'm not going to say that. I just ruined a beautiful moment there. Just ruined a beautiful moment. My bad. If he was in the squad, then possibly would be known as the best Greek player of all time. How a player that reached the final in 2004 can. Yeah, that's a very good point. Who is the best? You had Zacharakis or something, didn't you? Who played for Leicester, the Foxes, which is connected to Satan. Because Fox in Pythagorean 666. Was it Zagarakis or something? Like Greece. Trying to think who else you've had who were decent. You've not really had many decent players, have you? I'm really good with. I can't think of a decent Greek player, like high-level Greek player. Didn't you have a big striker, a big dopey striker who had a really good tournament? Maybe probably a number 9 or 10. I don't remember his name. I don't give a shit what his name was. I just know that tournament was rigged. Ronaldo lost it as in a ritual because they were the host nation. He loses it at home. And then he goes on to be the hero in 2016. 6 times 6 times 6, 216. Ronaldo. They beat France. Home of the Jesuits in the final. And I think it finished 1-0, didn't it, in extra time? All right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I really appreciate you all. Samaras, that's it, yeah. Samaras, he played for Celtic, didn't he? I think he went to Man City as well, and he was dog shit. He was absolutely dog shit. At Celtic, I think he was pretty good. But my grandma could be good at Celtic, and she's dead. Because the Scottish League's dog shit. One of the worst leagues I've ever seen in my life. Could definitely play in that absolute nonsense league. Sunday league. All right. Take it easy to all of you. I'm going to make myself a smoothie. I've earned it. And I've got to pick up. I wish I could show you all this paper on the floor. But it felt amazing ripping up that book. So for the people who said, rip it up, thank you. And the people who said, don't rip it up, I apologize, but it felt fucking good. So fuck it. I'm not going to apologize. It felt good. All right, guys. Socrates, yeah, he's not a bad player. He's not bad, but he's not great either. All right. Take care. Much love. Off I go. Oh my God, 44 in the live, 68 likes. MLK died on 4-4 and 68. Oh my word. Take care, guys. Much love. Peace.